And I'd be like, why are you so obsessed with me?
Did you hear what they just said? Child, a whole mess. Oh, I'm about to spill this Hennessy and y'all about to sip.
What's poppin', Henny gang, 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 gang? So, it's been a very long and a very stressful week out here in these internet streets. There's been a lot of information that has been dusted off and dropped off in our laps. Sharonda, hey Sharonda, it's good to see you. You got your evening notifications. I am so glad. Tammy, how are you? Natasha, yes. Lola, welcome, Lola. Yes. Life of royalty. I love that, and I love the profile pic. Good evening to you too. Hey, Hattie Boo. Hey, Shanice. Okay, Marquita. Welcome back. We missed you. Hey, girl. We gonna call you Miss Prince because I don't want to mispronounce your name. Hey, just kicking it. Hello. Hola, mamacita Yvonne. Yes. Girl, I have to catch up to the last 2 hours. Okay, well, Sharonda, girl. Alicia. Yes. Hey, Boki. So, Sharonda, we have the live from last night is like 5 hours long, and the one from today is like 3 hours long. Hey, Sissy Connie Hunter. Okay, I'm saying this on the YouTube. I will call you tomorrow. I did look at my phone. I thought I'd text you, but I text you mentally. I didn't text you. But you know I love you. So yeah, I kind of wanted to do some like chill vibes because there's been a lot that's been going on in these internet streets. There's been a lot of spent narratives. Even people are picking apart Tristan's live that he did earlier, where, you know, they're saying, oh, now she wants to come alive. And, you know, he even said, well, people are saying they got touched. So I don't know how to interpret that with him. But one thing we do know is that Chrisean has always said that he was not lying. Okay. What did you say? I missed your live this morning. I made sure my notifications are on so I won't miss another one. I'm so glad you're getting your notifications because Sharonda said she wasn't. A couple other people said that they weren't getting their notifications either, but we are here. So after I left your chat, I went straight into China's and I mentioned that she should have mods. Yes. And she made me want, oh, congratulations, Alicia. Yes. I know it's very crazy how they're spinning all of these narratives, and I did bring some like chill vibes in here with this music, but in all honesty, I'm going to shut the music off because I do want to drop the link. We are going to do a HennyGang Roundup, okay? So let's discuss how the HennyGang Roundup is going to go. The HennyGang Roundup, I'm going to put the link down. One of the mods that are in here, y'all pin, if you can pin it, pin the link. And bear with me because I have no idea how to do this just yet. I'm working on it. You went into China's live too. Hey, Miss J, Lady J, please, before we end, is this real time with Lady J? Is that how I find you? Because I've been trying to look and see who has like channels and stuff like that, but I don't have, like once the live is over, I don't have access to the chat. I don't know how to do all of that. I'm learning. Okay. So I'm trying to look that up, but if that's your channel name, then yes, I'm going to subscribe. Yes, I would love to watch some of y'all content. I did get a chance to watch someone's content earlier today. I'll wait for her to come in if she comes in. Henny, did you see the video of the crowd singing It's a Vibe at the club when they started playing Stewie's song while her and Blueface were in the club celebrating her birthday? Yes, I did. And I chuckled because them Chrisean fans, let me tell you something, they're not playing. They are not playing. They are going to chant, "We want Chrisean," and they are going to sing "It Is a Vibe," because they are letting it be known that they stand with Chrisean in solidarity, and I'm here for it. I went to China's too. I did not go in there, so maybe you guys can bring some of this up at the in the roundup. Go to the neighborhood talk. Carlissa is crazy. Okay, give me a second. We gonna go pull it up. Don't worry, I don't know where the pin is. You don't know where the pin is? It's okay, because I'll post it again. Also, I have to get off at 6:30. I'm going to be part of this collective psychic reading. Okay, the psychic sleuth, she's legit. But you got me till then, and maybe after, if you're still on. Okay, no problem. Oh, let me know how that goes, Alicia. Yes, definitely. Okay, so I'm gonna roll up on you, Lady J. I was on a good one today. Z Banger, they stand with Chrisean. I am loving so many people, has her back. Let me tell you something. Let me read what Lola has to say. Whose live was Jaden in China on? I saw a clip of that on someone's channel. That was Z Banger. Z Banger 2.0. I love Z Banger. I had the opportunity to actually sit with him in a live. His daughter is Quee Living Life. Now, she's another one that is a Chrisean supporter, and I love her channel. And she does like the lives as well. And I got up there and I had a good conversation, and he and I were chopping it up. And I love the fact that there are men, Z Banger and Everything Entertainment. I feel like they give a good perspective, a good, clean, fresh perspective on things. They call Blueface out. They will call out some of the stuff that Chrisean does that's kind of like, come on, girl. But for the most part, they are seeing it from a very good perspective. I saw XOXO Nay on Z Banger's live earlier. Listen, I think a lot of us tend to circle, a lot of the same YouTube streets. Okay, I follow Queen Living Life. I love her whole vibe. Like, I love her whole vibe for real. Let's see. I was too mad when the other Jay came in the chat talking crazy, but yes, I got my bell on for you, boo. I would be appreciative if y'all check me out. Yes, we're gonna check you out, girl. Yes, I am. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna put I don't know how this works, but this is my first time doing a HennyGang Roundup. And, my topic tonight is everyone eating off of Chrisean? And the reason why I'm asking this is because after, dissecting what we uncovered earlier with Mookie and his flip-flopping back and forth, thinking about Tifa, thinking about Natalie, thinking about Lemmy and Blue and Carlissa, even China to a degree, just thinking about people mentioning her name, the blogs, the gossip channels, neighborhood talk, all of those types of blogs that like to drag her name, even though they drag her name for filth. Guess what? You're still using her name to eat, though. That's how I'm looking at it. I knew you was coming on soon. I was ready. All right, Heidi girl. So, Henny Gang, excuse me, y'all can click the link. That will bring you up here into the live stream, and we can sit back and we can chat about it. Man, everybody like rats eating off rock. This is how I'm seeing it. And I just feel like for those channels that don't like her, for those blog pages that don't like her, you keep using her name though. Why do you keep promoting her name? Why do you keep putting content up about her if you don't like her so much? And I'm starting to feel like they hate her so much that they're actually fans in reverse. Because I'm not going to cover a topic on somebody that I don't like. I'm not going to cover a topic on somebody that I really feel a deep loathing for. I'm not going to go and spend my time and my day making a page to just drag the hell out of them. I'm not doing all of that because that's giving too much energy and attention to something that I say I can't stand. Yes, ladies are not having it. And he's like, you do your, and he's like, you do the research. What you mean? Who says you do your research? Let me see. So are we going into the StreamYard now? Just click it. I'm not familiar with the site. So give me the tea, girl. We're leaving YouTube. No, you're not leaving YouTube. I don't think you're leaving YouTube, but you click the link. The link then brings you up, and then I bring you up on stage and you come up on the panel. And then you'll be up here and we'll be chatting up here in the live stream. Let's see. It's because everyone's eating off her. You're 100% right. Exactly. Hey, boss lady J. So, what are some of your thoughts? I mean, and then even when it comes down to like Carlissa, she says it herself. Everyone that attaches to her name goes viral. So she doesn't like to speak on anything anymore. This is true. And the reason why I'm using her name is because we're dissecting her. And I feel like this needs to give a good perspective on her, but I also do not spin her in a negative light. I am spreading awareness. And like I said, she's not the only person that we're going to speak about, because we will also get into Blue at another time. And that will break down a lot when it comes down to his relationship with Carlissa and all of that. But I do want to dissect the players of the game. And right now we're on Chrisean and we're on Chrisean's family, because this is the thing that is buzzing around the internet right now. And I think it's very sad that this young lady doesn't get a break at all, which is exactly why I keep telling people she doesn't speak for no reason. Exactly. She doesn't, when she speaks for a purpose, for a reason. She's not just out here saying things because it sounds good. She's not just out here saying things because of clickbait. She's saying things because there's a reason. Okay. And a lot of the times she is defending herself against other people. And it's sad that you have to watch. I think people forget. No, we're good. What you mean? No, we are good. Y'all don't want to go to another. Y'all don't want to you don't want to explore anyone else. You want to stay on this topic. We can stay on this topic. I don't mind. So let's see. Someone said to go to the neighborhood talk because Carcuckoo is losing her mind. So I'm trying to see, what is it that she has made the blog for? Oh, Lord. Is she serious right now? Lord haveth mercy. Okay, what happened? I'm clicking the link and it's giving me a page that says open page in Safari, and it's not opening up. Oh, you're on your phone? I don't know. That's weird. And I'm trying to see where I would get a notification. All right. Kissing cousins, I can't either, Asia. She doesn't get a break, and right now is not the time. She's doing an amazing job with the baby. You can see it in her face how concerned and scared she is, and they're throwing shots at her. Messed up. Yes, it is. Everyone eating. Zeus, they the ones that came up with airing drama and a master plan. You're right, they did. No, I mean, we speak good about Rock. Yes, we do. Kissing cousins is some predator-ish. It is. It really is. And child, I believe this woman said this just to go viral. But let's take a look at what Car Cuckoo had to say, child, because oh Lord have mercy. I don't know why these people keep posting her. Let me get the sound up.
Kissing the cousins, kissing cousins. Don't be acting like you ain't kiss your cousins. She was 12 years old. See what I'm saying? That's still kind of like, sixth grade, horny little girl. 12 years old is still kind of like, you ain't really, what the Bible say? We're responsible for it after 12. So if she was 12, that's still within city limits. And it ain't too much she could do with no. You know what I'm saying? They was just probably some humping cousins. I wish my cousins would start popping out talking about she humped me when we was 12. Where's Sean at? Where my cousin Sean? He like a year or two younger than me. Tell he gonna pop out. Carlissa hump me. Boy, we was kissing cousins. We got a whooping and everything. We ain't know no better. I'm gonna say she probably.
I ain't listening to y'all no more. Oh, we got somebody. We got somebody.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Tammy girl.
Hi. I was just listening to Cuckoo Crazy Self. I don't understand. You're right. You're absolutely right. When I have 3 kids, 9, 18, 23. My 9-year-old, my 18-year-old, my 23-year-old, when they was little, when they knew they was doing something bad, they knew. They'll run, they'll hide, they give you that sad face in the corner. They even try to lie. And this is all before they turn 5. So for her to say, oh, well, they're young and they don't know what they're doing. Yes, they do know what they're doing. And it's learned behavior and they saw it from somebody. And you're absolutely right. Who was doing this to these kids? Right. And I feel like, to be honest, if Tifa would have just came out and said, you know what? I was young. I did X, Y, and Z. I regret it and I'm sorry. Her and her family would be good because that's all Tristan's been saying. All I want is an apology. Right. But people want to be famous so bad that she's willing to do anything and, you know, be disloyal to anybody to get where she want to get. And it's just so sad because Chrisean's a baby. Like, everybody's in their 30s. Everybody's almost 30. And she's not even halfway into her 20s. Like, she's still a baby. And I'm sorry, I'm 42. And I didn't get grown till I was about 35. Mm-hmm. So I just feel so bad for her because it's like she has all this pressure. She doesn't have nobody to turn to. You was right. Blue was the less of both evils. It was either a whole bunch of family that was crazy, doing crazy stuff, causing her trauma, or this one person that kind of gave her some kind of love that the rest of her family couldn't give her. And she got caught up. And that's why I get mad at people because I'm looking at them like they act like when they were in their 20s, they didn't do crazy things. We all did crazy things. My daughter's father, he put me through the whirlwind. I was a drunk for 3 months. I beat the girl up 4 times. Broke windows in his house, did all kind of stuff. I was 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? I had to come into my own. I had to get out my funk in my own time. None of my friends could help me. Nothing, because nobody's in the room with you by yourself when you're laying there thinking and your mind's going 50 miles an hour and you have all these emotions and it's all bottled up. Nobody can tell you how to feel and how long you can feel the way you feel. She just needs to grow and learn that she's better off without him. And she's right. She needs to listen to herself. She is the clout. If it wasn't for her, nobody would be checking for anybody else. And when she realizes that she's the clout, then she'll be perfectly fine. But they really have to leave her alone. All the unalivement, all that. It's so disgusting. Like, I wish I lived in Baltimore and I knew these people. So, right. I don't know. It's just crazy.
Your girl Sapa says, my cousin touched me and it messed me up real bad. And later it came out he was doing it to all the little cousins and then his wife's nieces and even friends of the family's kids as an adult man. See, this is what I mean by if it's not corrected. Like when you, oh girl, my heart goes out to you because this is stop tuning and making them go to work at Home Depot, purchase those mansions. Here's the thing. When you have children that display this behavior and it goes uncorrected, I believe they can turn into adults who do this. And, not to bring this up, what is this? We all do crazy stuff when we're young. We just didn't have all the technology and it wasn't displayed like this. Eventually she's going to get it. here's how I feel about this. When we look at Robert Kelly, because we're gonna separate the two, because Aura is the artist, and then there's Robert. So when we look at Robert, he was violated when he was younger, multiple times. He said by his older sister and then by a neighbor guy. He turned out to be a predator. That behavior never went checked. And look at what happened. Now, to a degree, in all fairness, there were some grown women in there. But the young girl fetish thing, that thing, where did that come from? Where's the psychological evaluation on this instead of like slandering and why haven't we had some type of mental health done for that grown man? Now, remember earlier I spoke about how there's a lot of men that have been touched and they have these things going on and then that they don't talk about. Granted, we're not talking that extreme, but this is an example of what I mean by this is a grown man who had this going on in his life. And when it doesn't go corrected, I believe it can turn into something worse. Thankfully for Tristan and Chrisean, it hasn't gone that way, because I also don't believe that every person who has been emmed or touched turns into somebody who does it to someone else. But again, I agree with you 100%, Tammy, because yeah, I said it earlier. Kids know at a certain age, what you're doing that's right and what's wrong. And this thing that Carlissa is saying, you're saying that you was humping on your cousins and your cousins was humping on you. Where did y'all get that? Where did they get that behavior from? So Carlissa, did you see some stuff? Because sometimes it's not always even a matter of them being touched. It's a matter of what you're seeing in your environment as well. Because there's multiple ways to over-sexualize a child. So where is it coming from? That's not normal. And I just hate this narrative because she's being part of the problem with trying to normalize this. And it's not normal. Sharonda said, you right, Tammy. Thank you, Alicia. I'm good now. Thank God. I'm glad you're good. Hey, boo. Hey, Paula. What's up, Henny Gang? I'm late, but I'm here. Who touched Petey? I don't know if anyone touched Petey. I haven't heard anything about Petey being touched. And I'm not going to speak on something that I haven't heard or I can't pull up. This is the third time I've been kicked off. Why you keep getting kicked off of YouTube, hottie girl? It is to dominate young girls. Speaking of the behavior, yes. With Robert, he chose young girls because he could control them. He could control he couldn't control his older. You know what? That is so true. Miss Londa. We're going to take a pause for the course for a second because I want to shout Miss Londa out. Miss Londa has a channel. And I like her channel. Y'all go subscribe to Miss Londa and check out some of her content. Henny Gang Mob Down and support her because yes, I checked out your content. I'm going to be back over there to check out some more. But shout out to you, Miss Londa. They said nobody touched Petey. Right. I don't know. Petey hasn't come out and said anything. Nobody mentioned Petey. So we're not even going to bring that up in here on the discussion panel because we don't know anything about that. Lily, hello. Yasmin, I'm a little late, Henny fam. I feel they were groomed by the family member they all loved and trusted. I agree. You are most definitely welcome. Moderators, the PD is not. That's never been said. That's never been confirmed. I see a lot of new people in here. Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you like to send your okay, Alicia, turn the chat on to subscribers only, please. No, go ahead, Tammy.
Oh, I was just gonna say I saw Miss Londa in Z Banger's chat earlier too. She was all in the comments getting at that. It was some girl in there. I swear to God, everybody was saying it was Whoa Vicky. And she was just defending Blue, just defending him. And Miss Londa was in there. XOXO Nay was in there. And XOXO Nay was like, I have a question to ask. Are you black? And she was like, yeah. But you could tell from her voice she really wasn't. I don't know if it was like a troll thing, because they said Jaden was in China's live the other night when she was on Z Banger. But yeah, that live was kind of crazy.
Right. I don't know. Like that's crazy to me. That's really crazy to me. Like, well, see, that's why I just asked for the chat to be put on subscribers only, because I'm not dealing with that. Like, I don't know what that was about. We don't know nothing about PDB and gay or anything. There's nothing wrong with it, but we're not gonna spread false information up in here. We're not gonna start doing that. I wonder if it was Whoa Vicky. I wouldn't put it past her though. I really wouldn't.
She sounded like it was her. If you go back and look, after the person said that, I rewinded it, and yeah, it sounded like a white girl trying to be black. It really did. Yes,
I'm gonna have to go check that out. Yeah. Never. It happened twice to me by two older people under the age of 6, and I have never. And I have never, would never do that to another person. It scared me, and I'd never cause anyone that fear or confusion. Right. That's why I said not a lot of, not all the time, but sometimes it does happen where people do things. Okay, thank you, Alicia. People end up turning into the predators. Like those who get preyed upon end up getting becoming the predators. Yeah, yeah. I heard that. It did sound like Whoa Vicky. Okay, your girl Sapa said, yeah. Is it Sapa? Super? Super. Your girl Super. I'm sorry. Got it. Super. I figured it out. Your girl Super. Uh-oh. XOXO Nay. What's up, Nay? Bookworm is saying that wasn't her, but we don't know. They're saying it sounded like her. It could have been her. We don't know. And I wouldn't put it past, just like I wouldn't put it past that may have possibly been Jaden in the chat. Listen, Z Benga is doing some numbers. He's getting some traction, okay? So I wouldn't be surprised. And he got his foot on their neck. So I would not be surprised. He has a whole girl and baby, just another rock hater. Oh, who? That was a good live, real good conversation, and pretty positive. We keep it cute in here. Yes, we do. Hey, Mary. Yeah. So I'm gonna thank you, Tammy, for coming back up. I don't know what happened. I don't know if you left or if you got booted out, but anyone else? Bookworm 22, what happened? You said OMG. Where is that? Z Bangers Live. They're talking about Z Banger 2.0. He has had a live going, and they're saying that Whoa Vicky, they think Whoa Vicky came up in there defending Blue. I don't know what just happened. I lost my connection. Oh, okay. So I'm like, uh-oh, what happened? Oh my God, what y'all know about Miss Black? I don't know. Nene, hit the link and come on up here. Who is Miss Black? Spill the tea. Y'all be having the tea too. I need to hear it. Drop the name of that YouTube with maybe Whoa Vicky. Oh, yeah, it's Z Banger 2.0. That's whose channel it was right here. You're welcome. So, guys, yeah. Anyone else want to come up on to the stage? Click the link and I will add you and we can chat. Y'all being so shy with coming up here, and I am so surprised because I just knew y'all was gonna flood it. Hello everyone. I caught my second live. I'm stuck. What do you mean you're stuck? What happened, Danielle? Lily, it's crazy how they are defending a narcissistic person like Blue. Child, you be surprised. I'm surprised that people are actually defending Miss Parker. Hey, Miss Parker. I'm surprised that people are defending Tasiki or Tifa. You always speak in facts, love watching. You always support Chrisean. I love Chrisean. I'm a big fan. Yes, we are Chrisean supporters over here. Uh-oh, somebody was trying to get in. Hey, Letitia.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I had a question. I wanted to ask you, what do you think Blueface has
You're cutting in and out. I can't hear you.
feelings for Krishan?
Okay, I need you to ask that again because you were like cutting in and out. All I heard was feeling you wanted to ask something and then feelings for Krishan.
Um, I wanted I wanted to know what's your opinion on what do you think? How do you think is Blueface true feelings towards Krishan?
I feel like Blue I feel like he is hurt. He's scorned and he's behaving as most narcissists do when you cut them off, which is to try to destroy and make it seem like, being over there with him is the better option. So he's trying to make her life miserable. But I will say that based off of looking how he is with both women, he was more passionate and affectionate when it came down to Krishan. So I will say that I do believe he had genuine feelings for her and he still does. But I also believe that he is hurt. So I would say that if I had to say, does he love her? I would say that he would be more in love with Krishan and still love Jaden, but they don't have that connection. It's obvious. You can see it.
Right. Wow.
But that doesn't mean that I think they should be together, child. But that's
Right.
just my opinion. It's not my life. That's my opinion. But I'm not. They say that narcissists are not capable of love, but I don't believe that.
True, true. Um, wow, okay. Yeah, I definitely wanted to ask a question because it's like, the way he's still tweeted again today and like I feel like he's still trying to do things to get underneath Krishan's skin.
Absolutely.
And
If
it's
you
very
go
it's
ahead.
it's very sad because when she responds, it's like, people look at her as she's the bad person when it's really him, starting the fire.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think about it like this. If he were truly happy with Jaden and that's really where he wanted to be, would he even have the time and the energy to put in to tweeting, to posting, to writing diss songs about Krishan? Because we know that he's writing Jaden's lyrics. So he done sat up here and wrote 4 diss records towards Krishan. Even if it's not a whole record, there's bits and pieces in there that are towards and directed to Krishan. So you're not over her. But I don't believe that
Right.
I don't believe that I don't believe he's done with her. And I'm not too sure about Krishan being done with him. I think the longer she stays away from him, the better. Because then she'll be able to move on.
Right, right. And I feel like she needs to move on because um he's just he's just no good, you know what I'm saying? And it's like cycle. So it's like, it's better for her to break free.
Mhm. Yeah, I think that's what she needs because in all honesty, um wait 1 second. Heidi, I don't see you. Thank you for the super chat, sexy one, and welcome. It says device not connected. Whoever French Coco is saying that you're not connected, but I do see somebody here. Um, yeah, so shit. What's my train of thought? Um, yeah, I do think that being that she comes from such a toxic background and being that that is all that she has really known, I said it earlier that she's probably looking at him as the lesser of the two evils. And so she keeps running back. Not only that, he showed her a life that she never knew before. And in all honesty, she showed him a life that he never knew as well. And he's trying to duplicate that with Jaden, where, you know, she didn't want to sit back and be taken care of. She wanted to go out and get her own money. Like, let's go get this money together. Jaden was about sitting back and being taken care of. So she showed him what it's like to have your partner on the road with you and doing this together, in the studio, working, traveling and doing tours. So it was a different lifestyle. And now he's trying to put Jaden in that spot, but she doesn't fit and he knows it. I just think they need to I think everybody needs a timeout and go to their corners. Nate said go to his Twitter. Do I have to? Do I have to? What he said. I know the last thing he said was something about Weenie Hut Jr., which was something about Heidi. I see you. I'm bringing you up. Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. Hey.
How are you?
I am fine, girl. Why? Oh, I was like, why did this all looks different? So I'm kind of tripping.
Okay, wait. What is this? Last time I checked up my checkup, who gets this insider for real? What are you trying to say? I don't get it. Or is he making a joke about Jaden not being able to get that line? Because we know she was struggling with last time I checked up my checkup. Oh no, that Weenie Hut Jr. thing. That's Weenie Hut Jr. is off of SpongeBob. But Heidi girl, what's up?
Nothing, girl. Nothing. I'm just. Yeah. This is so much. It's like my son said, "Mama, why are you so invested?" And I'm gonna tell you, this is why I'm invested. First of all, I've always I'm a spirit person. Not, Miss Holy Roller or nothing like that, but I'm a very big spiritual person when it comes to just vibes, energy, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And she has always given me the vibe of being real and
Mm-hmm.
being honest
Right.
and telling the truth about things that happen. Yeah, she done made mistakes. She done effed up. Okay, we all have.
Right.
I was homeless at 23, pregnant with my first child, still with my baby daddy, but he was in the streets. Like, I didn't know how I was gonna make it through anything. But I
Right.
just prayed, I just prayed, I just prayed. And less than a month and a half before time for me to deliver my son, I got an apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everything fell in place. Everything fell in place. So I feel her so much on that. And then also, when she was talking about, I said it earlier today, but honey, it hits so hard when you speaking it out your mouth instead of typing it with your fingers. That's what I
Mm-hmm.
tell people. That tip tapping is aggravating.
It is.
I call them tip tap Twitter fingers. That's what I call
Mm-hmm.
him. But when she said I had to stay drunk the entire relationship,
Right.
I felt her to the depths of my entire core. I became in 8 years with my ex, not my ex-husband, but the gentleman I was with after. I'm just gonna say
Mm-hmm.
gentleman because I could say a lot of other words.
Right. We
Narcissist,
gonna keep it cute over here.
keeping it cute because I can't be, over here moderating and then being, what I say shouldn't be happening. So he literally was when I met him, oh God, it was just great. It was amazing. And he gave me all this attention that, my ex-husband is a barber 7 days a week, sun up to sundown. I may not see him till bedtime and he get up in the morning, he gone. You know what I mean? So that's how I was with my ex. But with this one, I got all the attention. I was thriving. And, oh God, I thought the grass was greener on the other side. Honey, let me tell you. Baby, it's not, because I was stupid, but I was also blinded and just thriving for attention. I am 52 years old next month. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm speaking from many years of experience. A woman that I'm a Scorpio, so I attach, and when I attach, it's attached. Like we at the hip. So this man literally would go on and on and on and on and on and on about how love, love everything. Okay. Within less than 5 months into the relationship, I should have backed out then. But you swear you in love, and I was in love. I was. I mean, I'm gonna be a little uncute right now, but I know in my mind today, I think I was just digmatized, crazy. But I think that's something else also with her and Jaden. There's other big penises out there, ladies. One big penis doesn't stop the freaking show for other bigger penises. I'm just saying.
Hold on, wait a minute. But sometimes you might find out that you don't like them the way that you thought you liked them. Okay, if you get the right one, you might not like it no
I
more.
feel you on that. That's what I said. I've been single for 4 years. I've been single because I don't want to go into that. But long
Right.
story short, because I know I'm taking up time, um, the being intoxicated the entire relationship. This man drank less when I met him, and he only pretty much drank beer unless I would get liquor because I don't drink beer. Well, it
Mm-hmm.
got to the point, because I bought liquor, he would barely buy beer. So it got to the point where he started drinking more liquor. And it would be that narcissistic, manipulative, yang, yang, just jabbing, jabs, jabs. Same, like, I just see so much of him, not besides the abusive part, because I actually became the abuser. And that's when I knew, you know what, this is too much. Because it was, you just keep prodding and prodding and prodding at a person. And what do you expect them to do? Sit there and let you prod at them? Absolutely not.
Right.
And I can't see the comments or nothing else. So if anybody would say anything, I don't want to be rude.
Oh no, Sharonda was just saying that she was agreeing with you, but they, you know how we do. You got the conversation going over there. They talking about Stewie Jada not leaving.
But she's not. She said it.
She's not
said,
leaving him. She
said
can't.
She got the big penis.
But she can't leave him. He got control of the money.
Of everything.
She's in his house. That's MILF Music's car. Where's she going?
Nowhere.
She done backed herself into
but I still
a corner.
don't believe she's had one.
Sexiest one says Stewie loves it there.
She does.
I don't
she's been in that situation so long, and like I said, mine was 8 years. But the way that they have to be, they're always getting wasted, and And I know he a cocaine because you can see that lip all twisted and turned to the left. Okay?
Girl, we ain't gonna talk about that now.
I swear to God, it looked like somebody just pulled it out and put some snuff up in there and just popped that lip out, honey. Okay?
That part.
But the 8 years, I used to just drink, like when I'd go out. I might drink at home every once in a blue moon, but in my house, I didn't have alcohol when my kids were growing up, unless my mama was over, because she used to drink beer. And if I wanted to have something in my house, that's fine, but I just didn't do it. But with him, it was a half gallon at a time. And I would literally drink till I got wasted. And then it would get to the point where either I'd ignore him or, I'd try to do all that stuff, but you can't. After a while, you just can't keep ignoring a person that is just disrespecting you, degrading you, digging into your soul, telling all your pillow talk. I told this man that I was molested by a person and it went left because every time, you must like shit like that and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what? For the man that said that his own brother touched him, like narcissist much. You forget when you pillow talk, we both pillow talking.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times. So I'm just speaking from an older person. I ain't gonna say older, but a woman with wisdom. I've grown and I've learned. I've raised 4 sons. One of them is my bonus son. And I tell them all the time, if a woman puts their hands on you, long as she ain't hit you in your face, or, done the extra. Now, I'm not going to justify, excuse my expression, but a bitch putting her hands on my sons.
Right.
I said, but you got cousins, you got all that. So if you need a bitch ass whoop, you know what to do. Don't put your hands, because my oldest son had a CDV
Right.
for something that was both of them. And it was not, it was no way, no shape or form that it was right. But it's like, you see it, baby. You see it. Y'all ladies, I know most of the ones that are in here right now got a good head on their shoulders, and they feeling Chrisean, and they feeling everything she's going through, whether they've been through it, somebody in their family, whatever. But I'm going to tell y'all, I have lived through rape, molestation. I have lived through verbally abusive relationship with my ex-husband, verbal, and one time it was physical on his behalf, one time maybe 2 times on my behalf, but that was the alcohol. And it was after I took it for so long. If you see the signs, get out.
Right.
If you see, okay, this ain't like it was when we met. Because when I meet somebody, I want it. I tell them all the time, be who you are now. Because if you start being who you are later, you'll probably be left. You know what I mean? Don't be fake, be real. And I say that about women. Don't go in there saying, oh, I'll have a salad and an ice water. Girl, get you some ribs, get you a steak. Don't be fake. I work at a restaurant. I've been a server for 9 years. I left the medical field. And I told some guests that same thing last night. Beautiful couple. But, then there was 2 girls by themselves. And they were saying, why they had been single. I said, keep being single until you find the right one. I said, because just settling will put you in a life of living hell. But go ahead, baby. I'll chime in here and there.
Yes, honey. Thank you for sharing, because everything that you said is so on point. A lot of times when you go through things, you're looking for something in someone else. And I congratulate you on being single for 4 years. I know that that's not easy. And I am going to put it out there that you will emerge healed and find everything that you need within yourself, and then you will find that partner.
Yes. Amen. I appreciate it, because, we all, no matter who we are, what we're going through, how much money we have. I've had so many people say, I know what you've been through. You've told your story. I tell some of the girls I'll just put it out there. I work at Olive Garden. And you can imagine the college girls, because I live in South Carolina, and University of South Carolina is right there. So you got all these college girls, you got Benedict, you got all these girls, and the stories they tell me, because they tell me, I'm like mama, auntie, whatever. And the things that they tell me, I'm just like, about having sex raw, and baby, there's things out here that will eat your tootie out inside out. What are you doing? There's not just AIDS and HIV and herpes and all that. There's flesh-eating bacteria.
Right.
Honey, there's things that will eat your tootie or your wee-wee all the way off. Stop it, But anywho, go ahead, baby.
I know what you're talking about, because I work at a college as well. But yeah, you told no lies.
I just try to keep it real, baby. That's why I love your spirit. Like, I've been watching you for a while. I always try to be the silent watcher for a while to see before I get in, involved, and be all looking at the lives and be like, okay, this straight, like, okay, 5 minutes of it and the rest of it's boring. Like, today we went in.
We have a good kiki when we come over. Yeah.
Today we went in, honey. Today was one of the best lives and informative lives I've been on in a very long time. So I appreciate y'all and all the ladies that's been in here, the gentlemen and everyone.
Well, thank you very much. We love having you here.
Sugar. You're welcome. Go ahead, baby.
Brooke and Alicia are here on the stage.
Bye, ladies.
What's up, Brooks?
Okay, well, first I want to say your show is amazing.
Oh, thank you.
I've been watching you for a minute, and today I just really subscribed. Unlike the previous caller, I'm just watching everything. I have a couple things to say. The first thing I want to say is you need to do a show on Wax Raggedy Behind.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
Yes.
No. I'm gonna put this out here because I feel like he dogged Chrisean dead wrong. Okay. First of all, let me say this. I live in Maryland. I work where she was. And this is the other piece. He lied. It is not a private clinic, number one. It is a full-blown hospital. And guess what? There is no way that Chrisean could have paid anybody to do anything there because they are very strict.
Okay.
So, and I work for Johns Hopkins as well. So let me tell you, they are tight-shipped hospitals. He can say what he wants, but his last 2 videos, he dogged the heck out of Chrisean. And they were he listened to everything that Blue tells him, and he has his I wish I could be in his face. I would tell him he is a liar all around because he lied about a lot of things with Chrisean.
Well, we know he lies about Chrisean. See, the thing is, I try to stay away from him and Carlissa as much as possible because they just really grind my gears and put me in a very bad space. But you're absolutely right. I wrote it down because I have a piece of paper where I write things down as we're talking so I could try to remember what was said, what the people's is asking for. So yeah, I will definitely
you got to watch those videos because he was dead wrong. He told some fibs. Now, this is the thing that really bothered me. How did Chrisean have 5 appointments that she missed and he was only 2 weeks old? Please somebody tell me. How? Because that's not possible. That's not possible. I want somebody to fix that because that was the biggest lie that anybody is spreading around the internet. Okay.
Where I said that. I was like, the baby is only 2 weeks. At the time, he had just turned 3 weeks. Just turned.
Yep. Well, I can tell you that. Tell you that's a lie.
If she missed 5 appointments in them 2 weeks, she would have had a CPS case. Okay. There's no way. But the baby had the checkup right after he was born. She went back out there to Baltimore for another appointment. And now she's back out there again. And the baby is having the surgery. But even in doing my own lookup of the hospital, that's one of the best hospitals in Baltimore.
Well, she had
the baby at.
She had a baby at GBMC. A lot of people have their babies there, but now they're at Johns Hopkins having his hernia, or he was there and had it removed.
Which I heard is another great hospital out
yes, there. It's supposed to be the number one in the
country, right?
In the country, that's what they tell us.
See what I'm saying? So now, what you said. And it's crazy how ever since he got his surgery, nobody has anything to say. It's quiet. Ain't no back.
Nope. Everybody's quiet. But I pray that Chrisean stays quiet as well, because I think that I think he really did love Chrisean. I think Chrisean jacked him mentally when she decided not to go back. And he didn't like it. And now he's going to do everything to tear her apart.
Yeah. I mean, and that's usually what happens with narcissistic people. Like a lot of times, like I said, people say that they don't believe that narcissists are capable of love. They are capable of love. They're capable of love. But their love comes with limitations. It comes with restrictions. Like for him, he's got to control everything.
Right.
He's got to be over everything. You got to do what he says. You got to submit. He even said that one time in a series of tweets when he was going on and on about her, and then she stopped. He was like, that's right. Say something else. Submit. Submit. So he's showing that that's what he wants from her. And the fact that he said, I'm going to see if I can find the video, but he said, I got a whole family in the house.
That's what he said.
I was willing to leave and be homeless with her until we found some place to stay.
Because
and
he wanted control.
That? Yeah.
He wanted control. That's what it was.
Control. He wanted to put her in the same position he has Jaden in.
Exactly.
Stuck.
And then that pimp style.
Right. He wanted control of her checks again. He wanted her to be up in a penthouse over there. The penthouse was for him. The penthouse was not for her and him. That was for him.
Yep. I agree.
Sean said, I want a house. And I don't blame her. How do I go from living in a house, a mansion with you, to now I'm in a penthouse
with
and
a
it's giving
baby.
apartment vibes? And she's right. Exactly. With a baby. That's not a place for a baby. That's a bachelor pad.
Right.
So yeah, I agree with you. And I will definitely, I'll be honest, the last time I listened to Whack was
he was whack.
Yeah, he's always whack. But he was going in and he was calling her. I think we watched a video on here and he was going in, he was calling her all types of B's. And I hate the way that he talks. Like, and I asked everyone, I did watch it in here, because I'm like, is that how Cali dudes talk? Is that how they carry themselves? Because I'll pass on a Cali man.
No, I think he really hated Chrisean because he knew that she was going to change Blueface, and she did.
Well, she took Blueface away from him.
And he didn't like it.
Because Blue was focused on Chrisean's career, and he wasn't making any money off of that. He wasn't making any money off of Chrisean.
Right. Only Blue was.
Right. But the one thing I do agree with Mookie on that he said in the video we watched earlier was, if they're asking for an interview with you, you go do the interview. He doesn't need to be there with you, but you saw everywhere she went, he was right up underneath her, riding her coattails. Riding her coattails.
Right. Well, I'm going to say this too. With Jaden,
Ace Hennessy,
it is going to be crazy because everything that he's doing now is to get back at Chrisean. But Blue's a whore. I'm just calling him that straight out because he said it himself. But as soon as this dies down and Chrisean stops paying him attention, he's going to be back at his 1,000 women, and he's going to give Jaden hell and all that kiki and ha and that she was doing or is doing, and it's funny, and him buying his views and making her look good and all that. It's not going to be okay for her. It's going to be sad, and people are going to really hate him.
You know what? I feel like, because someone said that Jaden loves it there. I don't think she loves it there.
No, she doesn't.
I think what
she's there because he takes care of her.
Right. And she's been with him for so long, he's kind of groomed her to him. That's why it's so easy for her. Like that video they did where he was like, what are you going to say if somebody asks you to do something? She's going to be like, call Blue, call my daddy.
Yeah.
Like, she's groomed to him. So she's able to submit to him very easily. But guess what? He got her where he wants her. And I believe that's why he walks all over her, because she's made it be known that, okay, I'm going to do whatever it is that you want me to do. I'm not going to go deal with no other man, even though word on the curb is that she slept with Game.
Yeah,
but
well,
we
that's
don't
the
have
word.
any proof of that. I'm
but
waiting.
Did you
for
see
the
what
receipts.
China posted today? She posted.
I saw those texts, those tweet messages.
She had some friend.
2012.
She had somebody. I don't care what nobody says. I don't think she only had no Blueface. Blueface tries to make that what it is, but that's a lie. The bad part is she's going to really get hurt because he's going to make another baby with somebody else. And from what I heard, he has an older son. So peep that out.
I heard that too, girl. Peep T. I'm waiting for the receipts on all of this, but I've heard all of this. I've heard all of that.
So the sad part is I feel like I'm a Chrisean fan all the way. I'm just telling you that because I feel sorry for her, but I don't feel sorry for her because I think she's going to pull herself out of all of this at one point and she's going to keep it moving. But I feel sorry for all the attacks that she's getting. That really doesn't have to happen. And people can think whatever they want, but she is now just being the one being attacked. And that's what people are doing. And it's okay. But she's going to come out on the top of it all when it's all over. So
absolutely.
Thank you, Hennessy.
No
I'm going to keep on watching, girl.
Okay. Thank you for coming up.
You're welcome.
Okay. French Coco and Heidi B. Y'all are in here. What's going on, French Coco?
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful. Happy Thursday.
Yes.
I just wanted to add, I'm glad you brought the panel option to speak because it'd be so much I'd be wanting to type in the chat. You take it too long. My pole fingers was gonna start hurting. So a couple things. I wanted to ask you about. So I got to finish the live from yesterday about Mookie and Chrisean's relationship. And I remember you were saying that you don't think that he would do that, make that call and turn on her. I actually think that he's possible of it. Totally possible of it. From watching what I did. For him to flip on her after she flew him out, and to do all of that, if he's capable of that, he's capable of anything. When you got the crabs in the barrel type of mentality, ain't no, you can't give that back. When you flip on me like that in public, after I just flew you out, tried to set you up after you just got out, you can't come back from that.
I can see where you're coming from. I just honestly, I just don't see unaliving her as being an option. That just for me. I mean,
because
flipping
we're
on
rational
her,
human beings. You and
well,
I would never do that.
I like the way you said that, because we're rational human beings.
Because we're rational human beings. We're not in the gutter trying to climb out of nothing.
Ooh.
She is their only way out.
You make a valid point. You make a valid point.
Did you see?
Wait, hold on one second. I put it back, Nene. I put it back. You didn't get it back. You got it back. Oh no, you didn't get it back. Girl. Okay, wait a minute. Because I was trying to change for you to be able to modify. Who else got? Mary, you done got a wrench. I'm gonna leave the wrench there. But yeah, go ahead, French Code. You're right. We aren't trying to fight our way out of anything. And I honestly, first of all, I wouldn't do those types of things to my siblings. I wouldn't. I don't move the way that they move. So I guess you're right. But that's why at the end of the video, I was like, I don't know. I mean, I don't think that he would. I hope that he wouldn't, but I don't know. But why would he put the green light on her, though? She didn't mention him. So she only mentioned Tifa.
So listen, were you on what's his name's live? The one that's on now that was earlier? Did they thought that Jaden or somebody had called in too?
No, I wasn't. I mean, I had popped into Z Bangers Live because it was there when I opened up my YouTube, but I was setting up to do the live stream. So I didn't really get to sit.
A video, I guess Chrisean was like feeling like she was giving up or something. And I think she may have been somewhere in Baltimore. And there's a video he showed where they were all like, it was like 4 of them on a call. And I think she had just asked them to come and get her. It was winter time. So I think it's Tessa, Mookie, and the younger brother. And they're like, no, you're not giving up. I guess she was saying she didn't want to do music anymore. And they're like, no, you're not giving up. You're not giving up. Basically letting in so many words, trying to be encouraging, but their encouraging words was basically, you our meal ticket. You got to make it.
Right.
Like, I think the one girl had paid for like a camera or something other. So she was like, we invested in this. I put money in it for this camera. And we try to film stuff without you. You got to come through for this. It's you the money. You are money. So she is their meal ticket. So
well, you make a very valid point. 1 second. Yeah, I'm not going to use Ruby's video, guys, because I do remember Ruby was saying that people were using her stuff, and I guess they were not giving her credit. I mean, I give her credit, but I really love Ruby, and I don't want to violate her, so I'm not going to use her video without her consent. So I don't know her IG to be able to ask her, is it okay if I use her videos sometime? I know I did the other day, but I thought about it afterwards and was like, I don't want to do that because I really respect Ruby. Like she's really one of the people that I look up to in these YouTube streets. And I love her content. And the last thing that I would want to do is ever piss her off or, any of that. So I'm not going to be using her content until I have an okay from her. But everybody go check out Ruby Kai because she did post something about Blue's father, because I don't know if y'all saw it, but he had on the pink baseball cap with the blue fingernails, child. What's going on over there? But Yeah, so I'm not gonna use that. Other people have not said anything about using their stuff, but I specifically was in the live when she was saying that people are stealing. Well, I'm not stealing her content though. Like they're stealing her videos and throwing them up and even using her thumbnails as their own, as if they've made the video.
Oh,
But still, I would like to clear it with her, because the last thing I want to do is ever piss off anybody that I actually look up to in these YouTube streets, because they inspired me to do this and they paved the way for me. So I'm not trying to do that. But yeah, you do make a very valid point, French Coco, and that's why it's open for debate with that. Heidi, I seen you come off the mic, girl. What's up? You want to add your 2 cents, 3 cents, 25 cents up in here? Come on.
I kept putting it on mute because I didn't want you to hear me hollering at these damn dogs. I have 2 pocket bully puppies that my son went and got, and wasn't thinking to say, you know, these awfully little. You sure they old enough? Just because they off the titty don't mean they old enough.
Right.
You know what I mean? They were barely 4 weeks old, okay? They're almost 6 weeks old finally, but honey, they're very alert. They're very high functioning, all that. But they loud. And then I have a Frenchie that thinks he can talk. Yeah, he's, yeah. And I have a Chihuahua that is an escape artist. So, like, my house is a wreck.
You got your hands full with your fur
And
babies.
I got a 20-year-old. I have an 18-year-old that has Downs, but he's high functioning as God knows what.
Okay.
And then I have my 27-year-old, all living in my house too.
Oh, you got a full house, girl. You
got honey, and then
house.
My stepson comes every weekend with his girlfriend to get away from Charlotte. So
okay.
But no, that's why I would kept muting off. But right after I got off with you today, what she was saying, God, I can't even remember, talking about, what's his name? The one that was M'd.
Tristan.
I think she was talking about him. I didn't know if I missed that. But I did. I forgot whose video I was watching. But when he was on today, we watched it here, and then I watched another one that I hadn't seen. And it just seemed like where they keep saying his story is changing up, it's never changed.
Yeah, Tristan's story has never changed. It has been the same from the minute that he opened his mouth and decided to speak out for himself. He hasn't changed his story.
Now, in the today, it was right at the end when we were talking about Chrisean coming out, right? When I went through my situation, I didn't tell my mom for a long time, like a long time. You know what I mean? And when I was raped, my mama knew these people. These people had known us for 5 years. My mom was friends with this boy's brother. You know what I mean? This happened when I was 17. I went to Germany when I was 19. So I'll say almost 20, maybe, closer to 21. I finally told my mother. So she didn't want to be in it. You know what I mean? But if need be, I feel she was going to be there. She was going to make sure she told the truth. You know what I mean? But on her behalf, she just didn't want to be in that spotlight once again for some bullshit that ain't her fault. You know? And I feel like that's why when they just kept pushing at her and poking at her, and her baby just went through surgery, and you know, anytime that you are put to sleep, it's a 50-50 chance that you wake up.
Right.
And as a mother, I know my baby with Downs, he was in NICU 9 weeks. He didn't have nothing to do with the Down syndrome. But at 3 weeks old, they finally did his surgery. But the whole 3 weeks, he was in medically induced coma. Like, as a mother, and all you can do is stick your hands through some gloves, or when he had the major surgery for them to do the biopsies and to put his feeding tube in, because a lot of Down's children don't get the thriving breathe, suck, swallow thing, you know, that most babies do. He didn't have that problem. But they did it anyways, just because he had been in a coma that first 3 weeks of his life. That still puts him back 3 weeks in some situations, but it wasn't that way with him. he was too alert for a child with Downs, you know? But
Right.
it's just like, you're going through that and you're like, are y'all really still fucking with me? Like, I'm up here praying for my baby life and you playing in my face. Like, I didn't, and she didn't get on, and I was proud of her. She didn't get on. She could have reacted. I don't believe that was the first time she saw it. I believe she saw it when it was put up. I believe she saw it, and she had that much grace to know that she had to just keep her mouth shut. But once that baby was out the dark, you know what I'm saying, and out the surgery, and he done been in there 2 days, and you know what I'm saying, it's different. Like, you
I
can
don't know if
see.
she saw that though, because
Well, she was
she
asleep.
went to
Right, right.
yeah, she did go to sleep,
She
and
did.
she was
You're
really
right.
like, she got quiet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Chrisean wasn't posting, wasn't tweeting,
Yeah,
wasn't
she was asleep.
anything.
You're
And
right.
so,
I forgot
I
about
feel
that.
like she probably, like, I think her reaction was her first response to seeing it, because she came on live, she was in good spirits, and she
Yeah.
was dancing and being silly, talking about she was doing the sexy red, and then right immediately after
Yeah, I
that,
remember that. I saw her face. You're right.
right. So I don't think she actually had a chance to see it ahead of time. She probably knew about the Natalie stuff,
Yeah.
but she
That's
didn't
what I was talking
know.
about, the Natalie and
Yeah, she
all that
saw
other
the
stuff.
Natalie, she saw the blue stuff, but I don't think she saw Tifa stuff yet. And when she saw Tifa stuff, that's when she decided, you know what? Why do you keep talking? And I agree with her, because,
Absolutely.
girl, you've been talking about this jump thing since it happened. Like, shut up. And
Like
in a
cloud
way,
chasers at its finest should have her picture right there. Pow.
exactly. And I feel like, in a way, I don't want it to happen the way that Tifa said that this scene happened, but she better not be lying. Even though we know that, she twisted it. So I don't know if Chrisean hit her. I showed a video last night. I don't see her from the angles. We can't see if she hit her. But what I can say is Chrisean is standing there. And when they open that side door, Chrisean is still standing there, and she has her hand in her pocket.
Yeah,
So
I saw that too, and I've watched it more than once.
So I don't know if Chrisean hit her. If she did hit her, she deserved it. If she was in her face the way that we know her to be in her face, being all aggressive, and Marsh and Jay jumped on her, she deserved that. I'm sorry, I said that. I have 3 daughters, and I don't condone them fighting one another. But if you're trying to jump on your pregnant sister and her friends jump on you, you shouldn't have been trying to jump on your pregnant sister. Now you got a problem with me as your mama, because you shouldn't have been trying to put your hands on your pregnant sister.
Yeah.
So, and I think people are taking that portion out of it. Like, they just want to villainize this girl, and you're not looking at all of the facts of this situation. We've seen her be aggressive. We know Chrisean don't want her touching her, and whatever's going on, if she's threatening to put hands on her, and they know she's capable of doing so, are they wrong for protecting her?
No.
Hey, Yazzie Brooklyn. Well, hold on, Heidi B. We got somebody up here.
I was trying to look. I got my glasses on. I'm trying to read the name, and everything is a blur.
I don't have mine on either, girl. It's okay.
And these readers must not be good enough, because I can't see.
Hey, Yazzie.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. This is my first time on a live ever.
Oh, well, welcome.
I watch. I mean, I've never wanted to chime in, but I am Yasmin, and I'm just definitely checking in on you, Henna say. I adore you. I love the temperament. I love the fact that you explain the disorders and things in education-wise that really matters in the lives of people right now, because this situation with Chrisean, it touches home, I think, not just for specific women, but just about every female out here. Just to see someone that have enough courage in herself to believe that she can get out of a situation that, you never know what kind of situations that you're going to be born into.
Right.
You can't choose the parents can't choose the children, but this is what we're dealt with. We have to deal with one another and any and everything that come with it. And it's like, when I see her on there, every time she cries, the cry is not even a cry that you would see on a normal person. It's not faked. It's not,
Exactly.
orchestrated. She's so genuine. And it's like, to see someone dealing with a situation in real time at her age, it's amazing to see the strength and how much of a trendsetter and the type of person that she is, and just she's doing this without just not knowing that she's doing it. Like she doesn't even know how this is opening up so many doors for so many people to come out and speak on their lives and what really done happened and things that they held back or wanted to forget. Just let it go. It's just. But I really wanted to touch bases more so too on that the Blueface and her relationship. With an empath just like you. So I'm one of them people who really could see on the perspective of where he's coming from as well. I don't think he ever believed that he will fall for a female of her caliber.
Right.
What he was seeing from her to me was like well, she's beneath me. In the beginning, you know what I'm saying? This not really shorty, not really what I would go for, but you know what? It's good for TV. Until he got to meet the real her when the cameras was off, the fact that she was so loyal and diligent to represent his name to the fullest, to give the whole internet what they wanted to see. You know what I mean? She's a team player, and you're not gonna find that in a lot of people. You're not gonna find a lot of people that's gonna see, oh, you know what, I could work with him. I remember one time I watched an interview with her, and she spoke on praying for him and praying with him. And see, those are things that you wouldn't hear people right now in these days and time as celebrities, especially young ones, even speak on God. You know what I mean? They shame for that alone. You know what I mean? She's making it cool for people to express that they were raised a certain way. And what they're doing is maybe seeking fame, but at the same time, it doesn't mean anything to them if they can't have the genuine love that's deserving of them.
Absolutely.
And I feel like he just never really wanted to fall in love with her, but you cannot help who your heart fall for. And I love how she maneuvered around the situation once she realized that she was worth something. At one point, she did believe him when he was trying to break her down and keep her in that control mindset. Because most older guys dealing with young females, it's a competitive thing going on right now in the world. These guys and women are going at it like, we have to put our big boy pants on. And a lot of times these men are becoming more feminine with the emotional part and what they're holding on to, because really the anger is stemming from their mothers. There's a lot of young men out here that's upset with their moms and how they were raised, and sometimes the protection that their mother didn't give them, or the love and affection that the mother didn't give them. I mean, every parent holds a responsibility, but we're going to be realistic. In the world we live in, it's predominantly single moms out here.
Exactly.
So, he didn't marry her. He didn't marry Jaden, but he married her in that video.
Girl.
I look at certain things that he do, and I'm like, he wrote a song about her, Dear Rock. I mean,
Dear
who does
Rock.
that if he wasn't in love?
And guess what? They performed a whole ceremony in that video. Now, it may not have been in the eyes of the law, but what did he say in one of his interviews? He does not believe in the institution of marriage.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Technically, if you want to be technical and we not being delusional, technically that man married that girl in a video.
He did. He married her before the video when they was going to get those fur coats in Harlem. I watched that on the episode, and when he told her, he proposed to her at that point. But see, it was just more so like he said, she's the best but worst thing that ever happened to him.
Right.
And I think that one thing I give him, and I don't like his persona. I hate the fact that he was raised trauma bound and he have such a disrespect for females just due to his mother. But overall, it's like, he really tells the truth about his emotions. And he is one of those type of guys that cannot just lie about certain things because he's going by what makes sense in dollars. We dealing with a generation of kids that, he got the source and he got the recipe too. He know how to get the internet live. He know how to get people popping and unpopping. He know how to take a diss and turn it into some money. So, even when Jaden tried to belittle him, and she said, well, you was on my mama porch selling whatever, whatever. I'm like, well, at least he was working. I mean, y'all was a young couple. He didn't,
Right.
he didn't have a direction. But when he's sent them text messages to Jaden and made it public, even though I felt like it was a facade and it was a lie, I also felt like he was really telling her he would never marry her. He would never look at her a certain way because of the fact that she was not supportive to him in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? I feel like it's obligation, and he still loves her, but he's not in love with her. I feel that very much so. And he uses her. We know that. He uses her as a weapon. He weaponizes her against Chrisean. And I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but facts are facts.
Yes,
Truths are
absolutely.
truths. And another thing about him and Chrisean, the thing that drew him into her, when they did that therapy session in Crazy in Love, he said one of the things he loves about her is how affectionate she is.
I remember when
she always touched on him. She always had to be up underneath him. She was always rubbing on him and
always making sure his chains was right.
Pisces are very affectionate, very loving people.
And Jaden tried to mimic that in that bootleg Kev interview when he was talking about her, and she was like rubbing him on his back while he was talking about her. And it's like, I'm looking at that and I'm cringing because I'm like, girl, you don't even realize what you're doing right now. You're consoling him while he's speaking about the woman he left you for.
Sitting right there. Yeah.
And you're rubbing his back. You're allowing him to tell this story. You even allowed him to sit in your face and say basically he's not done sleeping with her because Bootleg Kev asked, are you done clapping Chrisean Rock's cheeks? And what did he say? I feel like she needs to have a humbling experience. She needs to be humbled a bit. He never said he was
never
done.
said no.
Yep.
And when she was in that Airbnb, he was caught by the blogs. His car was outside her Airbnb. And she had him in her bed. So he was creeping back and forth even still to go sleep with her. So he's not done. Now listen, to me, okay, you have a narcissist. And let's be real. Chrisean does have some slight narcissistic, she has narcissistic tendencies in her as well.
Yes, she does.
Let's be real. Okay. He's been a victim.
She does.
Right. He's been a victim of his circumstances. She's been a victim of her circumstances. They trauma bond.
Yes, they
have
do.
a soul tie.
Deep soul tie.
There's so many layers to just their relationship alone that people can't comprehend it. And while people try to demonize her and say, oh, well, she was sleeping with that man knowing that he had a whole family. No. If you watch the interview, the whole interview, Jaden left.
Yes.
He left the house.
And they didn't start sleeping with one another until later on.
20 days after the incident happened at the house where she ran down on Chrisean.
Yes.
So they started sleeping together then. But what I hate is they will drag Chrisean for sleeping with him. I guess behind Jaden's back is how it's coming off. But you won't drag her for allowing him to drop her from that main seat to that side seat. But she knows it and he knows it. And that new song, she says, I'm in the front seat, sis, hit the back. You were in that back seat, girl. What you talking about?
And she ain't even in the front seat right now.
Yes, ma'am.
No, listen, she in the front seat with no... She in the front seat with no seatbelt because that's what Crash Dummy said.
She's a crash dummy. And on top of it, their relationship.
Why I said the sidecar, because something go by like 18-wheeler, pow, she gone. God forgive me.
Nay, yes, that's the interview that they did together, Jaden and Blue. And I say that because, again, right now, I feel like in this situation, I've always said it, these two ladies do need time to heal. They need time out of this situation. And part of me feels like both of them does need to leave Blue alone because they need their space. They need their time to get them together. They are young, they are mothers, and they are dealing with this toxicness of going back and forth. Now it's baby mama against baby mama. And who cannot relate? If you are a baby mama, and your baby daddy got another baby mama, you can relate to this situation.
Yes, preach.
And I think that that's the thing also that draws people in, is that there's so much authenticity and relatability, not just in this situation, but with Chrisean alone. People can relate to her on multiple levels. And the thing that I love about her the most is the fact that she's authentically and organically herself. She don't do any of this stuff to put on for anybody. You know how most people get out here and they get in the spotlight and they're extra with it? She's not extra with it.
Or
She's
have
just
to be on
her.
camera with makeup on, have
Right.
to be made up. She comes on as she is, sometimes a little too much
Baby,
as she is.
there's something going wrong. I can't talk. I've been trying to talk and it's not.
We hear you.
We
I
hear
can't
you now,
talk.
babe.
We can hear you. Yazzie, we was here. We hear you.
She's muted right now.
Yeah, you muted. Let me. Okay, wait a minute. I can't unmute her.
Hold on, let me see. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We hear you.
I'm so sorry, y'all.
It's okay.
We heard you then, but we didn't hear you before that.
Okay. Okay. Well, I was just going to say too, you know, in Jaden's and Blueface relationship, for them being together for so long at a young age, it's almost like they're siblings.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I feel she's so disconnected with him dealing with the emotional level, because she had already, you know, done all of that. She was into him. She was into him when he had nothing. I think that's the hardest diss in her face ever, is the fact that she was with him when he was nothing and nobody. And, you know, how he played her for someone that he really didn't know.
Come on, you better talk about it.
And, you know, it seemed like to me that, you know, I adore Chrisean. I'm always going to adore her. I just always want her to keep in mind that he put out his baby mother, his son, and she so happened to have been pregnant. I don't know exactly what time, but when a man put out his woman and child for you, you know, you was winning and you didn't even see it. And it also shows a character and a trait that you would have to be aware of and beware of, because I mean, that was deep. And I remember her one time saying it, and I didn't take it like she was saying it as a jab in Jaden's face. I took it as if she was saying it like, damn, he put his baby mama and his son out for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
she
see,
was
that's the
basically
thing.
calling him an idiot.
Right. And see, at the end of the day, I think that's why she was not surprised, because here's the thing. Blue put it out there like he asked her to move out of the house. But what people don't realize is that video where she was cleaning up and listening to Sarah Jakes, she was moving out of the house. She was moving out that day. She already saw what was coming down the pipeline, because if you remember when they were going back and forth and he was in Dubai, she said, I don't know if he's over there telling somebody something else and he's trying to move the baby mama back in. But she was already piecing it together. She already saw what was coming.
Yep.
So she was already prepared for this. And in all honesty, in a way, he did kind of do the same thing with her. Like, oh, you're pregnant? Oh, yeah, I don't want to deal with you.
Yep. Because
you're no longer the fun time girl.
Exactly.
Yeah. He thought it was a loss.
Even though I believe he was pillow talking her, telling her to have his baby, and he wanted a baby with her. I believe he was pillow
but
talking.
didn't in one of those in something, didn't he, like, was it the therapy or something, where he was like, she said something pertaining to that, like, we planned this, baby. He was like, yeah, but.
Yeah, that was they were on the back of the bus in in London,
like, yeah, but,
and he was like, yeah, but what does that have to do with what we're talking about?
Yeah.
But I don't think people caught that, because they just want to believe, and they keep saying she forced this baby on him. She had this baby to prove a point. Clearly, y'all don't remember what y'all watched on that season 2. Because in the beginning, homegirl was adamant about, you know what? I don't want to do this no more. He don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want to do this. She was deflated, broken, depleted. That cry in that hot tub.
Girl, I talk about that all the time. I said I felt it in my soul. I cried with her.
I said, if this is how this season is going, I'm not going to be able to watch this because it was too emotional. And she was adamant about not having the baby. But she said when she saw the baby's face, it changed her mind.
And heard that heartbeat.
It took for that to happen, for it to be real, for her to say, you know what? No, I'm having this baby. This is my baby. So she didn't trap him. She didn't prove a point. She was on her way to not have the baby. She was going to unalive it. She was terminating.
That's right.
And then she found out how far along she was. And people were like, oh, how she didn't know how far. Did y'all not see how much that girl was working? She's on the road. She's filming. She's over here. She's over there. She's over here. She's over there.
And all that time she was drinking and smoking because she didn't know. They kept saying stuff about that. I said, yeah, I think she did one more time or whatever. I don't know if he telling the truth, whatever. Nobody can't prove it. If the baby had fetal alcohol, fetal THC, any kind of drug syndrome, any type of syndrome, that baby would not have left that hospital without DSS approval.
Exactly. And when she was checking the baby in to get the surgery done, they told her if anything was wrong with the baby, they would have let you know at the hospital. So there's nothing wrong. He doesn't have fetal alcohol. He doesn't have Downs. He doesn't have anything. Like he just had I don't know how many hernias, but he had multiple hernias because they said the only thing is the hernias and they're pretty big. So that's multiple hernias in that area. So they basically took care of that. The baby is fine. Now we know that she was smoking. I don't know if she was drinking. People were saying that she was drinking, but hello, you can get juice in the club. You can get chaser in the club with no alcohol.
Exactly. In the same cups. They don't give you a special cup.
Exactly. And I'm sorry, the way she started getting clear, she wasn't drinking because she started waking up.
My mind was good.
Absolutely.
Now she
was letting out she was just being 100% honest. And yeah, well, I ain't gonna say, I'm gonna say about 98 because sometimes she has a couple of times she's twisted because I think she just be talking so fast. And I think
she be trying to break down things. Yeah, I think she break down things in her mind a certain way.
Yeah.
So she doesn't sound like she's saying anything too vulnerable to where, her walls is always up.
Yes.
And what I hate is when people try not to normalize the fact that, people do don't take prenatal care. Sometimes people don't get to go to the doctor. It's a lot of things that go on and transfers, and the babies come out still healthy and normal.
And then they gotta also realize the baby was a little bit premature.
Well,
so he's just growing into his face.
Well, I also feel like, when it come down to that baby and everything, God really blessed her with a healthy and a beautiful baby.
God, yes, he's so perfect.
And it was like one of the babies that he continuously morphed into a different look every time you look at him. But we know for a fact
he looks just like her, and that's what I try to tell people. Look at his eyes.
No hospital in the world is going to put their name on the line to send a baby home that's not completely properly taken care of and making sure that baby don't have anything wrong with it.
But no Blueface.
Have anything wrong with them? You said what?
I said, yeah, they're not going to do that for no Blueface.
Right, they're going to take that baby.
Nobody.
Because when I had my son, now granted, I had my son, I was 15, and that was a while ago. But when I had my son, there was a lady next to me who had a baby, and the hospital came in. Like I'm sitting there, I'm getting myself together, I'm getting ready to go home, and all of a sudden these people come in the room, and me and my mother are looking like, what's going on? Because we nosy.
Absolutely.
It was them people. That lady had THC in that baby system. Them people came to take that baby.
Oh yeah,
so they were not going to allow her to get away with that, and a lot of times we don't know what she was doing. We don't know if she was going to the doctor or not. We don't know because she wasn't showing us that. And I feel like Zeus dropped the ball. I'm gonna be honest with this. Zeus dropped the ball because they could have very well, as soon as Crazy in Love went off, they could have pushed baddies back Okay. And they could have gone ahead and filmed Chrisean's pregnancy journey.
But they was all loving on the baby though.
Since they like money, they missed a big money grab with that.
Well, yeah, but they're not that dumb, because I know she went to go get her checks from them because she missed that when she was in the hospital when Junior was having surgery. But I also feel like deep down inside that they offering her a show right now because she is trending better than world news. I mean, you can't even click the letter C in the YouTube without her name popping up, and I'm loving it because
girl, yes.
It seemed like, about time the bottom of the barrel finally be on top. Like, what is going on? And I'm so pro the whole situation with how things is coming out now, because she don't realize how she is medication for everybody.
She's healing while healing others.
I mean, and she's not even that type of person to expose because she's so loyal. See, when people go against her, they lose a real gem. They really not realizing that.
I call her the diamond in the rough.
She really is. And one thing about it, pressure make diamonds. They don't just bust pipes. So she's continuously going to flourish because she really got real people behind her, real people that's educated and real people that see what the defect is, because we all are defective in our own way.
Yeah, we are. Boss Lady J, I was okay and clear to do so as well. Because I was nauseous during my pregnancy. I couldn't keep anything down. So I did smoke to help with my appetite, to help me be able to eat, because I was just too nauseous and couldn't do it. Like I was losing weight while I was pregnant because I could not keep anything down if I did eat. And when I did look at food, it just turned my stomach. If I smelled food, my stomach was turning and going upside down, and it was terrible. Like it was bad to the point where it's a little graphic, but I was spitting a bile because I couldn't keep anything in my stomach. So I would smoke so I could eat. So that I would be able, you know what I'm saying? So there are times when the doctors will, and people don't know this, a doctor will tell you that you can. And this is pre them making it legal.
Yes.
Doctors would say that to you. So a lot of people don't know that because they didn't experience it, or it was not very common at one point in time, and they still look at it as not being something common. But sit down and talk with a prenatal doctor and find out, because if you can't eat, that's going to be detrimental to the baby. They need you to eat.
People don't do their research. That's the problem.
I would never forget when I was I have twin daughters, and I, for the first, I think the first 2 trimesters, couldn't eat, had no appetite.
They were taking everything.
Bringing myself from smoking cigarettes because I wanted healthy babies, but at the same time I craved them. And people don't understand about one thing about these doctors, and my doctor kept it real with me. He was an old school doctor, and he told me, hey, me personally, I don't have a problem with smoking marijuana. He said, but overall, the hospital you having the babies at, they're not with that. So, if you don't have the money to have them at home, then we're going to need you to stop by the 3rd trimester.
Right.
And that was from my doctor. And that was realistic. I couldn't take the prenatal vitamins. I just couldn't. It was too big. Every time I break them down, I couldn't swallow. It was just a lot. And, I hate when people act like, oh my goodness, if she did smoke in the beginning, the baby going to be this and that and the third. You got people that try something one time and never
disgust me.
And never be the same. You know what I mean? And that's their first time trying something. You got some people whose tolerance is so high when your chemical imbalance is on a different level. Things that people think affect you in this way, it don't. And Chrisean used to fake drinking in the beginning. She spoke about that she really was not a drinker. And even when she took that shot of Henny after that baby, which she deserved, but when she took that shot, she was still up off 1 shot. So she hadn't been drinking.
That's what I said. And then she had to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, I know that because when I ain't had something to drink in a minute, that first shot hit my
It go
system,
through
I
you.
gotta go to the bathroom. Like,
It go through you. It go through you. Yes, it do.
Like
so
water.
that proves she hadn't been drinking. Now she been smoking, but so what? She's not breastfeeding. And
Honey,
I know she don't have Junior right up underneath her smoking. Like,
And I think
why
that
y'all on
keeps
her
her
neck?
balanced to a good extent.
I think everybody on her neck mainly because they have a fear that real reality is about to take over the world.
Yes.
Nobody want to watch these shows no more. Nobody's interested in these certain celebrities no more because we know that they make up these stories just to get their numbers up.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you know,
And guess
her
what?
numbers up by accident. She's not trying to do this. She's being herself. She's been to us. She's
Exactly.
we
Tell
her
it.
therapy.
Tell it.
Yeah, we her therapy. You
And
know,
guess what? When she's done, when she ain't on baddies no more, I ain't watching. I'm not interested.
I'm
Right.
cutting my subscription
I don't
immediately
even know
because
this
I don't.
little
That's
I'm
girl.
why I watched it.
canceling that subscription until you show me something else from her or she goes someplace. I'm canceling my subscription.
Absolutely.
I'm not interested in none of that. I don't tune in for Natalie Nunn. I don't tune in
None
for
of them.
Scotty.
I
I
never
don't
tuned
tune
in
in
for
for
Natalie.
Rolly.
I don't even know half those people besides Sky.
I tune
Period.
in
I just said
with
that. I
Sky.
don't even know
You
these
talking
girls.
about Tatted Sky? Cause see
I'm
now
talking
that's
about Teddy Scott from Black Ink. That's the
Yeah,
only
Teddy
person I
now
know
see,
on that show besides Mariah Lynn. That's it.
I'm
I'm
gonna
from
Oh
New
be
yeah,
York, so
honest
Mariah
with
Lynn.
you. I'm a little torn because I'm like, I do like Sky,
yeah, I
Yeah,
like
I
Sky,
like
but Sky
Sky.
getting a check.
Mariah
She's
Lynn
smart. She's
annoys me.
our age. She
but
not with all that drama.
I'm not about to keep watching because I support Krishan. So if Krishan is going,
Yep.
I'm going because to watch it
I'm
and
gone.
continue to watch it is to support her sister. And I'm sorry, I don't support the sister. I never
At
really had a
all.
good
Well,
vibe
she's a
off of her.
copycat. Yeah, she's a copycat. Some people
You know,
She
don't realize
wanna
that.
be with Blue. Y'all watch
Well,
what I'm saying now.
I see that coming because China said that a while ago that Tifa Ben wanted Blue.
Yep.
well,
She wanted Blue
well,
in the beginning.
anytime a female try to set you up with your own dude that you're dealing with for numbers, everybody put that pressure on her to be the leader of the family. But at the same time, you don't want to follow suit. Y'all want to beat her down and beat her to the chase. Blue would. I mean, if he did go for someone like that, it would definitely be out of spite. But it would definitely be his way of letting Krishan know for real, that it's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't see that happening. To me, I don't see it happening because I don't think Blue would ever. He knows already
I don't think he
what
would do
happened.
it
He knows what happened. That's why he plays Krishan
for
the
the
way he do.
most part.
But he
Yeah,
also knows what's going on with her family because
yes,
remember,
he
Blue
does.
said he don't want. First of all, I get where he coming from now with the baby
Yep,
carrying the last name. I get
yep,
it.
yep.
I get
He
that.
also said he don't want his child around a bunch of touchers.
Molested. Yeah.
Yeah.
Touches. Yeah.
So he knew something before Krishan said something. And yes, Krishan is with Chastity's ex-boyfriend. Wait a minute. Somebody said in the chat that Scarlett is working with Zeus. I didn't
What?
hear that.
I didn't either.
I love her though.
I love Scarlett, but I don't want to see her on Zeus.
Nah, but
Mm-mm.
they you got to understand they digging as
They got
far
to
as they
get
can
in where they
dig.
fit in.
They digging as far as they can dig as far as trying to reach for the most people that's popular right now.
Right.
Zeus is not making those numbers that it was making when Krishan
Where
was
Sean
actually
was on there.
fully on the show. Once we knew, see, and when Natalie said something about Krishan losing numbers from the show because the last episodes wasn't all that, it's because there was the breakup. We was rooting, everybody was rooting for to see, if he was going to change, if something was going to grow in the situation, if it was going to be some type of epiphany that makes both of them wake up and they can just make this really work because they do very well together when it come down to making money. And when the money
Mm-hmm.
that he
When
made
they're
with
good,
Krishan,
they're good.
yeah,
Yes.
the money he made with Krishan, he can't make that with Jaden. He
Mm-mm.
cannot. It's not because one thing about it, he known Jaden longer. He knows what she is capable of and what she's not.
Krishan
So
is a go-getter.
one thing about
Yeah.
Krishan is half man and half woman, even though that's his
Okay.
sign,
Fact.
even though that's his sign, but that's her. She really is.
The
She
woman king.
that she's a woman king, and I
Yes.
really profess that because that is what that's about. We have to defend ourselves, but at the same time, we want to be submissive. We don't want to dwell on the trauma in our family because we still know that family have value. she's so torn between so much.
Yeah.
And I just be like, you know what, I'm gonna continue to pray for her and, really, 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 really keep her head first on things and just try my best to like, send the best positive prayers towards her way because, it's really a struggle out here. And you can have all the money in the world, but happiness, you can't buy that.
Right.
No.
Hey, Jayla Q, girl.
Hey, Jayla.
Listen, I said I was on Z Banger earlier, but I said let me jump on here. I don't know. Something told me click on YouTube one more time and hear y'all say. I just want to say I really appreciate your channel. I watch you every morning and I listen. I just want to get on here and say yes. I was a living witness to those buying views, guys, because I had a family emergency, 2 a.m. in the morning. And I went to bed, and then by the time I woke up and was headed out to work about 7 a.m., there was 1 million views. So I just want to say I concur and I co-sign this YouTuber right here because no lies is being told. And she pulled the receipts and it went viral. And I love that. Listen, sometimes we got tag team because I was in the comments of every section. I was in the comments on all the Twitter, honey.
Thank you so much.
And I want to say that. And then I'm just going to say this one thing I just want to add. Do y'all remember when, first of all, Chrisean and Blueface went to that Cool Kicks? Y'all watched that video?
Yes.
The very first one
Remember?
that they did?
It might have been the first one or the second one. But she had on a hat and she was like, Blue, why are you drinking? We said we was going to drink no more.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
he fed it to her.
Right. And so guess what? She was sick. But she was pregnant because that was like
pregnant.
embedded. She was pregnant.
Yes.
And then she got on a video. She got on live, not video. She got on live with her girlfriend, Tyler. Now, if y'all can pull that one, somebody probably got it. But Tyler is that girl that she was laying in the bed when she said, I'm out here in Miami looking for that girl. That's her girlfriend from Baltimore, right?
Okay.
They went live when Chrisean was pregnant. And she was asking Chrisean several things. But she was explaining to her that she should have known that she was pregnant because she poured all the liquor in the house out. She said, I got rid of all this. She said the smell of liquor makes me so sick.
Yeah. That runs in her family.
She said, I poured everything in this house. So she was never drinking while she couldn't even stand the smell of it.
Right.
So I don't know where people got that idea. For you see it with a cup in her hand, like, hello, like, I don't drink either. So when I go to
be thirsty.
She only putting on a big show.
Right.
And if you remember,
she's screaming at the top of her lungs on the mic. She might be thirsty, you think?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I remember she said she didn't even like for people to touch her that were drinking. She didn't like to be around Blue. She didn't like that energy.
You could see that whenever she was pregnant and he would be all over her, she would be like,
Yeah. But she said she went around the house and all of the bottles of liquor she poured down the drain. And Blue was like, why you get rid of the alcohol? She said, I can't stand the smell of it.
That's right. That part.
Yeah. So, but he gonna lie now.
People have either a mutual sided brain or a one-sided brain.
I agree. It's crazy.
And if you're reaching because you just like negative ass shit, you're just gonna keep reaching to the left. And you're gonna keep reaching to the left. And if you're a mutual sided person, you're just gonna be like, damn, you're gonna see into the conversation.
Yeah, people don't have like discernment. They don't have they just want to like even go to the side of them. Everybody else is saying it, so it must be true. And you gotta think past that. You gotta have common sense and discernment and recognize what you're looking at.
Absolutely.
Right. You know what tripped me out about the most about Chrisean? I said, you know what? This girl is 23 years old. And they named her baby Junior. And all this time, I knew I've been a single. If I'm gonna be a single mom, I could have named my son after me. I could have.
Right.
I wouldn't even, and I was really trying to uphold a legend or a name for someone else that really wasn't there. And that's so crazy because I think that that's so empowering that she showed that that's so possible to do. Like, this can work. I can name my child after me, and it's gonna work.
Yeah.
Well, y'all know that I'm the queen of the receipts, and I found the video that you were talking about.
Yes, queen. Yes.
Hey, Antoinette. So yeah, I did find it. I'm not gonna put it on now because we having we having the HennyGang Roundup, but I do have it. So maybe we'll watch that tomorrow morning because I am gonna do tomorrow morning. Now, guys, remember I only do tomorrow morning, and then y'all won't see me again until maybe Monday night, but definitely Tuesday morning because I work 40 hours between Saturday midnight and Monday 4 p.m. So I do my 40 hours in 3 days. So just so y'all don't be looking for me like, well, damn, it's Saturday. Where's she at? Or it's Monday. Where's she go? No, I'll definitely be back Tuesday morning. And I did say that I was gonna try on Sunday, but that's not gonna happen, y'all.
Don't overdo yourself, honey.
Yeah,
that's not gonna happen.
We'll miss you.
We all need a break anyway. We need a break, and we need to all regroup and get on our investigation.
Yeah, because this gets kind of stressful. We like high key invested.
Okay, listen, I then gave y'all the Instagram. So as y'all find stuff, y'all just going on ahead and send it to the Instagram. And now
under the same name.
It's Hennessy_review. Hennessy_reviews.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's what I asked you earlier today, but I think we were looking at a video, so I don't think you saw it.
But it's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Y'all can't see that?
Child, I'm blind.
Oh, okay.
I just told you that.
And
I just realized
say that.
My smart behind just realized I could actually make this screen bigger when I'm in StreamYard. I really feel dumb because I've been sitting here squinching my eyes trying to speak to these people.
Listen, I know y'all see me struggling sometimes. I'll be like, what is that saying? But I don't want to put my glasses on because there's a glare when I'm
a glare protector. You just use the
I have a glare protector so I can see, but it's a glare on my glasses.
Oh,
from the lights. So so I just be squinting.
Good night. I'm gonna go ahead and continue.
Good night, Yazzie.
Good night, Yazzie.
I appreciate y'all so much, and Hennessy,
you too.
I appreciate y'all as well.
You don't even know what you done did, girl.
Yes,
I don't.
You starting a whole revolution because
I showed you like one of the only ones that I really think as far as these types of lies and stuff that I really have ever reposted. And I reposted it on Twitter because I know them mother suckers are I said, God, you can't type it so much, and then you got to go to the next. You got to make a whole nother post.
I don't know anything about anything. This is my first time doing a live. I have watched several lives.
Me too, yes.
I got so much opinions and things behind the scene. I just be bursting. But when you speak, Hennessy, it's like, Joe, she thought about what I thought about. When you posted your video today, I was watching those last night because I was like, yo, let's go back to when Blue and the family met. Like, you are so, you don't even know. Like, girl, I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much.
All the ladies, good night, and the gentlemen as well. And keep doing
good night. Yes,
completely supported.
Well, I appreciate all of y'all, and that's why I said, you know what? I think I'm going to dedicate Thursday nights to a HennyGang Roundup.
Yes,
because everyone has so much to say in the comments, and everyone has so much tea as well. That I'm like, all right, you know what? We all need a roundtable discussion. Like, I know, because this is why I started the channel, because I be in them comments fighting for my life. And I'm like,
I just want to talk.
Forget it. I got so much to say. Let me just get up here and say it. Like,
well, you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you. I appreciate all of y'all. I want y'all to know I deeply appreciate all of you, because when I first did this, I was like, oh, I'm going to get dragged. They're going to drag me for this. But then it was like, I did the first couple videos and it started.
The tongue. Don't speak the negative off.
Oh, no, I'm not, because I see. I see. And I'm like, okay, you know what? We're going to keep going up. The HennyGang is ganging, you know, like we vibing out.
I don't like Hennessy.
Well, you notice I don't really drink often. Every now and again, I have a glass of something. I don't drink often. But I just felt like, first of all, this channel started off and it was Ashe and Hennessy, because it was supposed to show a balance between my spirituality and the ratchet side of me. And what else says ratchet than Hennessy? But I didn't want to say Hennessy because I didn't want to get, copywritten or them coming after me. So I was like, you know what? I'll be speaking. So I'm going to say Hennessy. And then I started thinking, and I'm like, all right, let me separate the two and let me just do Hennessy reviews and then do the Ashe. But today, I think the last couple of lives have showed me that I can do a combination of both right here with y'all, because y'all get it.
Mm-hmm.
And what better topic to have as a sounding board than something that's showing all of the things that we deal with and that we go through. And I'm sorry, Antoinette, girl, you just been there chilling. Hey, Antoinette, am I saying it right?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
You're actually the only person who says it right. But I just had one thing to say because I got to go back to work. But I can tell you, I just started watching you yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear, I would listen to that whole live last night, the 5 hours, full thing. And I was like, everything that you were saying, I was like, I swear I've been saying this over and over. I never speak up on social media. I never talk. Like, I'll see stuff and I'm like, whatever, I don't really care. But this topic has triggered me so much. It has made me so angry because I feel like social media has like short-term memory. So they only see what's in front of them and they don't think about everything else that's happened before. Like, literally, it's a full circle of how much BS has been going on around this. And
right.
It bugs me, and I never ever talk. Like, this is my first time ever speaking. I'm very much an introvert. I don't talk. But with this situation, I had to say something because it's like unacceptable how people are acting and how people are making it okay. Just like they just posted the Carlissa thing, her saying, "Oh yeah, we got kissing cousins. We all be humping and kiss." I said, "In what world is that okay?"
Right.
Where? And people are like, "Yeah, that's normal." And I'm like, "No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Go get checked because that's not okay."
Exactly.
So
I mean, I would say it's not uncommon to hear.
True.
Mm-hmm. But it's not okay. She's kind of like glorifying it. Like, yeah, we all kiss. I kissed 5 of my cousins. I'm like, no.
And then she dropped a name on top of that, girl.
Exactly.
She just has no filter. Like, she does not think about. She actually may think about what she says and thinks is okay. I think that's what it is. She really thinks what she says is just okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She believes her own dumb shit.
She does. She does. And she has such massive delusions of grandeur.
Oh, Jesus.
Because she feels she's superior to everyone. And what she speaks, she feels is so. I was in her live earlier and I asked her, I said, how come you pick and choose when to use the Bible, but when we bring the Bible back to you, you don't never read the comment? Because she's talking about, you shouldn't get married before your 30s anyway, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's not biblically correct. If you're going to talk about the Bible, that's not what it says. So she has children and no marriage. Talking about she's still trying to figure out if she likes him. She liked him enough to have 2 kids because somebody said Jaden's never going to get a ring.
She is never going to get a ring. We got to be real.
We know that. And if she does, it's for spite.
Just like how I watch her story. I'm not following her. Absolutely not. But I will watch. And I watched and she started posting Jaden. I'm like, this is so fake. But you're begging Chrisean to see your grandson. This is why you will never be his grandmother, because you don't respect her. Like, you ask for respect, but you have to give you have to give what you get. And you kind of started everything because she just posted something on her live. She was live. She was like, well, she did this and she did that. And then I was on Royalty World and she was like, let's go back. And she went to the Blueface interview, and Blueface was like, no, she threw a glass jar. She disrespected Chrisean. Chrisean was sincerely hurt. So he told his mom, hey, you got one more time to disrespect her. She gonna come for you. She gonna get at you, and I can't do nothing. And then everybody was like, oh, she lied. And I'm like, yeah, we got to go back. We can't just sit there and look at the current situation. And that's what people fail to realize.
Yep, because there's no way. And then they're like, oh, she makes it seem like Chrisean just took off on her and she didn't do anything at all. People forget about that first season of Crazy in Love. People forget about all of that, and I think that if if they were reminded of things, or if they kept things fresh in their head, then they wouldn't be able to fall for the BS. But then you got to also remember, a lot of these other types of bloggers, they put all those narratives out there as well. So you got people just repeating.
Yeah, they carry their own narratives.
Yep. And so I really would like for one of those people who have a deep disdain for Chrisean to come up in here. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I want to know why you hate her so much. What did she do to you?
Like, really?
I really want to ask them. Like, I would love for one of those bloggers to run across one of these lives and come up in the comments so I can invite them up on a panel so we can ask them, like, what did this girl do to you personally? Because they act like she violated them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I couldn't believe, I said earlier, I saw one of them that I had unfollowed came down my timeline. And she was dressed in all black. And I'm like, what is going on? I clicked on the live and I'm like, oh, I know I'm getting ready to get pissed off, but what is she talking about? Child, she talking about I'm dressed for a funeral. Guess whose funeral? Chrisean's.
Wow.
Are you serious?
Wow.
I can't wait for Dissecting to two-piece her. I just want to see her two-piece her.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So you want to see bodily harm done to this girl. And then you posted everything except for the messages where the girl was talking about unaliving and deleting Chrisean. But you posted everything else except for that, but you're dressed for a funeral. So you're acknowledging those messages, but you're not spreading that on your platform.
Yep.
How evil? Like, why are you so evil towards her? And that's what I get from a lot of people, that they're so evil towards her. Is it her authenticity?
Yes, they're scared of it.
Is it because she can reach so many masses by just being her? And it's not that we don't hold Chrisean accountable. We hold her accountable. But you know what it is? We also know the behavior. We know that.
Yeah.
It's not unfamiliar.
Right. And we don't, it's not for us. First of all, we don't know this girl. Yep. I mean, we feel like we do because we've watched her for 3 years grow before our eyes, get pregnant, have a baby. Like, we've watched her elevate in her life right before our eyes. So we have a connection to her, but we don't personally know her. We just rooting for her like hell.
Mm-hmm. She's some of our daughters. She's some of our sisters. She's some of our nieces. Like, we over here invested. Some of what? Yeah, we invested.
Yeah, I'm very invested. I'm going to see this all the way through. Yeah. I'm seeing this through. Like, I'm not giving up on Chrisean.
Yeah. I tell people, a lot of people, like, the difference between, I said there's a million of Chriseans in this world who got it, who's messed with a Blueface, who gets disrespected, gets mistreated. It's just the difference between them and the everybody outside. She's just being looked at in the spotlight and everything being judged. I said there's a million of her in this world, and if with proper guidance, she'll get it right. She has somebody who's properly guiding her right now, but nobody sees that. Nobody posts that on the blogs. I ain't seen not one positive thing about her.
They're not posting those posts that she's doing with her sister-in-law.
No,
they're not posting that, but they'll post everything else to drag her. It's ridiculous.
They only want the negative. They don't want to show the good in her. And like when you see her, like after the baby had his surgery, when Junior had his surgery, I swear to God, I was over there in tears, looking at that while she was kissing him, and the whole time, like he's still smiling. He's such a ray of light, like
right. Like, and I mean, that smile was a big smile too. Like,
I was over there,
like he was just cheesing, like my mommy's kissing me.
Mommy kisses. Oh my God, it just melted my heart. I was crying happy tears, like, oh my God.
Judith, I see you're trying to come up on the stage, but it's saying that you have to connect your mic and your cam before you can be added. Like, you can add your camera and turn your camera off before you come up on the stage. There you go.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Judith.
How you lovely ladies doing tonight?
it's nice to be able to put voices. So now when I read your comments, I can read it in y'all voice.
I just was sitting in the chat room when you just brought up these bloggers just turning on her.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one particular blogger came to mind because I was subscribed to her for a long time. And I remember she used to always say, I want Chrisean to do the best and I'm rooting for her, but she need to stay out the drama. She always used to say that.
Mm-hmm.
And after she had that baby, and she had that baby baptized, she did a hit piece on Chrisean. I could not believe it.
What?
She was going in on the pastor, said the pastor's a clout chaser, and Chrisean is doing too much. And
that's weird.
And she, we're facing COVID, and she got that baby out in the street. She just went in on her. When I saw that, I just think that it's something in the atmosphere where I believe Chrisean is under demonic attack.
Yes.
Definite spiritual warfare right now.
And these demons are activating in these people. And that's why if you have one of them on your platform and you try to ask them, like, what is the real problem with her? They're not going to really be able to give you an answer.
Judith, you're so right. You're so right. And sorry for interrupting, but let me tell you, I said that today. A Nicki Minaj fan, I guess, was tired of trolling Cardi B because she's boring. She's bored with it now. So she went in on my comment. And I'm like, girl, you a Nicki Minaj fan, but now you going in about and talking about Jaden was this and Jaden was that, like, really? And then just saying, it kept going on and talking about, I hope that DSS take the baby. And I'm like, but why?
Right.
I said she has made a mistake or two. Okay. I made $1 million.
Okay.
The fuck? And I'm still gonna probably make them, and my kids are freaking grown. Okay.
Okay.
My son tells me all the time, he's very ADHD. I was the worst mother ever. Why? Because I whooped your ass. And as big as you are, I'll climb on a ladder and whip your ass again.
Okay.
Like, I love the fact that Chrisean even put it in perspective today when we were watching it. You remember when she said, basically, in so many ways, she's kicking the haters. She's kicking them. It's like they're bouncing off of her because she got freaking receipts for every fucking thing. And she comes with it. And it's like God is saying, you know what, baby, I got this. Just let them keep bouncing off you. Say what you got to say, but keep it respectful. Keep it a look cute and kosher. But don't bite your tongue. Let them know how you feel. Like, I was just seeing all that. And when she was talking about the baby and loving her baby and all that, and she watched the movie about the woman loved her son so much that he became gay. Okay, that is a decision with anybody's life. I'm not saying anything. This is all respectfully. I'm just speaking upon what she said. But the way she explained it, I felt that. Just like I felt her other stuff. Like, it was like, I loved my firstborn so much because I lost 5 babies before him.
Oh.
Well, I had one. My mom made me have an abortion. My first time having sex, my dumb ass gets pregnant. Okay. My baby's in heaven. But like she said, I'm going to love my son. And I'm going to, baby him like I'm doing right now. That's what you're supposed to do. And she said, but I know when it's time to back up, our mama, she going to keep it in perspective. Like, y'all making it like, oh, you're kissing on him too much. And that baby was in pain. She held that baby so much because she knew his pain and his cry. She couldn't stand to hear him cry. Who could?
Right.
And just because a baby cries, that baby was crying because he had swollen testicles. We don't have balls, those of us women.
And that's why she was holding him the way that she would hold him.
And she was so delicate.
I said that incident with her in Walmart and him being laid all the way back in that carrier. Did anybody ever stop to think that the reason he was laid back like that is because of his testicles?
because he can't, you know,
He
that other
couldn't be
thing.
all the way down in that thing and be comfortable.
But you remember when she got the other one and she still pushed him up on her little bit of breast, you know, she don't have much.
Right.
But she pushed him up so his private area wasn't pushed down on that middle piece. That's why she said
Exactly.
she got that one, because it had the straps and she could pull him in. It had more straps, you know, than just the one strap.
Right.
So it kept him more snug, but his little private area was not touching the bottom sling part.
So
Like, she's
yeah.
doing her part. Like, let her be a mom. She's doing amazing to me, because at
Mhm.
this point in my life as a parent, I made way more mistakes. I know I did.
Exactly.
I'm still making mistakes.
What? Preach.
Royalty, I like this comment right here. She said, yes, she knows. She said, Junior is under attack, and so they're under attack. That's why
Yes.
she got him dedicated at 7 days. She
Yes.
looks at him like Jesus. She looks at him as her savior.
Amen.
Yes, exactly. Because
He saved her life.
you can, in some of the comments, because I go on some of these comments and I go in on some of the people. These people are wishing.
Me too. That's why I'm glad we can talk.
Yeah, I go in on them. They like, and some of these people will say, "Oh, well, he had a surgery. Great. I hope he don't get an infection."
Right.
Like,
Ignorant.
I know. I'm like, and I know what it is. I know it's that demon activating in you. And they can't. And usually when I reply to them, they don't usually reply back.
See, the problem is so many people speak on that baby and wish so much on him. I'll just be like, oh, how wicked, how evil.
Yeah. Even his own daddy.
Mm-hmm. Hey, French
Disgusting.
Coco. Hey, Yazzie. Y'all back.
Yazzie, gotta say something.
Okay. Go ahead, Yazzie.
I'm sorry, because I suffer from disorders as well, and I'm bipolar. So I had to come back in because Judith, you was correct. And on top of that, I seen a live that Carlissa did. And Carlissa Live stated that Jonathan used to get his private pinched by his stepmother. And she had to confront the stepmother about it because he urinated on the toilet seat often. And I just wanted to bring that up because he suffers with the same disorders that Chrisean do. He
Come on
suffers with
now.
the same trauma. When I watched that interview with them and Angela Yee, and even with Jason Lee, they said, they call each other home. They're familiar with each other's traumas, and
Yes.
it's sad because this is a young couple out here for real, and they really got demons around them, and it is summoning up the demons because people don't want to be faced with their reality.
Y'all better come on and speak in here tonight.
Yeah, they don't want to be faced with the
Preach.
reality, and it is a lot of things that goes on that we all have to deal with. And when I see her, like I say, I see so much of many women, not just myself. I see my sisters, and I come from a big family as well, all females. The fact that we always had to carry a masculine attitude
Yes.
and a persona to kind of like, and even when I see her morphing right now, it's like almost she's morphing into a masculine her because she have to be the specific guy for her son.
Yes.
Because she can't see nobody that she wants her son to mimic other than herself.
Right.
That's her junior.
I just wanted to say that, Judith, and I wanted to say that to you too, Henny, because
Girl.
this is real. This is real stuff, and she don't even know how much power she really possesses. And I have a fear for her because I worry about higher up celebrities that see that this simple young lady who is speaking the reality of her reactions in the most truthful and purest way, and then she's sitting up here, taking all their numbers. Like, we follow these people. I haven't watched certain things in so long, like the news. I haven't watched certain things in so long because it's everything is a fake facade in the script.
You
And
ain't
when we
never
look at this
lied.
girl, yeah, when we looking at this young lady, she's giving us everyday raw to raw behavior, instantaneously comments and reactions to things that's so natural and organic. She don't want to call out her family. She don't want to bring out certain skeletons because that's not even what she's about. She's so down with the family. And the fact that it's 12 of them, it's almost like a 12 apostle, 12 disciple type thing going
Yes.
on. I mean, I just be
Yes,
so
yes, yes.
in walk with the whole
Come
situation
on,
because
girl. You deep in it. Come on.
She is
mental
preaching
illness
tonight.
and spirituality does run hand in
They
hand.
run hand in hand.
And people don't realize that, you know, when certain people don't want to be dealt with in certain circles or don't want to be around certain people, it's not just because of I think I'm better or I'm out of place. It's more so of a I have to protect because I'm weak enough to fall for the trap. She has a weakness for the people that she loves. And that's such a profound thing for a lot of us. And you know, and when people don't want to accept that her mistakes are honest, and for her to say, you know what, I had a minute carry her wrong, I'm gonna do better, y'all. She love her fans. She love her fans,
And
and
then
she
she
loves
said,
to
wait, but
support
then
the
she said,
people.
I'm moving too fast. I gotta slow
And she
down.
knows
Yep.
she has
Yep.
ADHD too. She can't help it.
I
It's so many
believe
females
she
that have
got
ADHD.
ADHD because that girl can't sit still for nothing.
Right. It's so many of us
Yes,
that have it, and we don't
please
even
sit
know because
still.
we're females.
That's why she smoked too.
To slow herself
It
down.
balance. It gives her that balance and that chemical imbalance that she
Now
Yep,
wait,
carries.
it's called for her.
Royalty said that that Carlissa Kakuku said that after she brought that up, she said she should have pinched him because he still urinates on the toilet seat.
But the fact that she allowed it to happen, it just lets
What?
us know
But this
that,
makes me think, what else happened to this
well,
boy?
and how long did
That's
it
what.
take for you to realize it? How many times did he get pinched before somebody realized?
Wait, somebody is staticky.
They're holding their phone, the bottom part of their phone, probably.
Okay, it's quiet.
Oh, sorry, that was me.
Oh, okay.
It probably was me. It probably was me.
Yes, and then they're saying in the comments, Z Banger is a man and he's seeing what Blueface is doing. Yes, absolutely. That's why I love Z Banger. I love everything entertainment because those two
Me
men
too.
are calling it what it is.
Yes, and they root for Chrisean because they know she got it's only certain men that can accept that a female have a certain type of power and dynamic.
Yeah, but you know
Yep.
what? Z Banger is from New York, and I'm sorry. New York women are very masculine. We
Yes,
really are.
Yeah,
yes,
that's
we
true.
are. Yes,
That
we
is
are.
very true.
Yes,
And
we
it's
are.
that
And it's
aggression
not
because
in.
we
It's
gotta
not seen
survive
in a
up
negative
here.
way.
Yeah.
They think we're super strong, but we're just women.
Right. But
Survival
you know
mode.
what? If you are able to get inside to our
Y'all are
heart,
some of the.
you'll
Y'all are
see
some of
the
the
most
realest
delicate parts of
people.
us. We listen, a very masculine woman. Let me say this: a very masculine woman is that way based off of environment, based off of circumstances, and based off of family
Absolutely.
dynamic. Being a
Absolutely.
masculine feminine is a learned behavior, but we are not naturally and innately masculine. Our femininity immediately comes out, and our masculinity submits to that energy that we feel safe with, that we can be
Exactly.
soft with, that we can be
Exactly.
delicate with. So if you don't make us feel safe, or if you're constantly triggering us and traumatizing us, you're not going to see that femininity the way you want to see it. You'll get glimmers and pieces of it, but that masculinity is always going to shine because that's the way we protect ourselves. Masculine
Absolutely.
energy is protection. It's a defense. It's a
It is.
response.
And it's something that we yearn for as women, but if we haven't had it, we really don't understand how it should be. This is where that
Absolutely.
nurturing part of us come in at, and we start to cripple and nurture men that honestly don't respect women based upon how they feel about their mothers. It's just
Right.
the same thing as women that feel a certain way about men. I grew up in a home. My mom raised six girls. It was six of us. I'm number five. I watched everything. I had older sisters. They moved a different way because they was already older and ahead. And I just
Mhm.
really had to like, you know, well, I don't want to make the same mistakes they made, so I moved the opposite.
Right.
And it became a division between our family because of how I moved different. They almost thought I was the favorite or a pick. And it wasn't that. It was just that I seen the pain that my mother went through. And a lot of times when children are dealing with, 'cause one person I noticed that they do not give any blame to is their mom. And
No,
I
they
know with
don't.
them
They
kids
don't.
being those type of kids, it's like almost they felt so bad for their mother because they knew she was checked out long before all 12 kids was conceived and came.
Long
Right.
She's
before,
been
I
on a
believe, long
different,
before she got on the drugs,
yeah, she's
because of the way they say he used to beat her.
Right. You got to think about it. That man used to put hands on her, and he was allegedly
right,
touching the children.
right. Well, you can
What
see it.
woman wouldn't be on some type of something feeling that? And I know a lot of people like, well, why didn't she just get up and leave? Baby, if you've never been in a DV situation, then you don't grasp and understand. First of all,
Especially back in the days.
Well,
exactly. DV
let's break it
starts
down.
here. It starts in the
Let's break,
mind.
Yeah.
let's break it down on in order for her to get into a DV relationship, most likely she witnessed it when she was younger.
Come on.
Yep.
See, people don't realize a lot of this stuff is generational.
Yep.
It is.
The touching,
It's almost like
the
you inherit
DV.
that shit.
Oh, exactly.
But China has said that the father that abused her, his father was abusive, and she said that the mother's sister was, I believe, I could have it wrong, but I could have swore she said the mother's sister, that the two girls, Tessa and somebody else, is named after her two sisters. One sister died because she was pregnant by
The grandfather.
The grandfather, and she went and there was some
She
type of
spoke on
accident.
she spoke
China
on the
said she
Malone.
jumped in front of a truck because she was
Yeah,
pregnant by the father.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But I
yeah.
don't think that was one of their siblings.
No.
I think
No,
that
I'm
was
saying the
one of their
mother. That's
aunts.
one of
She
the
was speaking
mother's
on.
sisters.
I think she was speaking on the Malone side.
Yeah,
Yes.
she was
On
speaking on the
Krishan's
Malones.
father's
Yeah.
side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The only child that did pass away was the child right before Chrisean from her mother. So Chrisean is a rainbow baby, and they still count that baby
That's
in the
why she's
12.
the chosen one. I
That's
just
why
put it
she's a chosen
together.
one.
Yeah, I thought that the
Yep.
abusive father was the Malone father.
Yeah.
But if I'm not
It is.
mistaken, the
It
sister
is.
who with the railroad with the accident was the mother's sister.
No, that was, I don't know about that. I thought it was the father's sister because she was talking about how the father's, okay, Grandpa Malone. So we can stay in we keep it lined up. She was saying that Grandpa Malone was a toucher. And
Yes.
so the father Malone was a toucher. And I thought she was saying that the aunt Malone was touched by
The
the
father.
grandfather or the
Yes,
father
Malone.
and got
Yes.
pregnant by him. And so
Yes.
she jumped in front of the truck.
Yes.
And she also said that the grandmother suffered before she passed away
Ooh, this is too
because she was
much.
aware of everything that went on with the grandfather and
Mhm.
such. And you know what? They don't even realize that it was meant for this to come out. This stuff
Right.
was meant to come
Yeah.
out.
God
They
is
don't even know how
working.
many families they really helping. They don't realize how finally when people are having those feelings of why is these thoughts flashing through my head? Why do I
Mhm.
remember certain things like this? Is this a nightmare I was having? No, a lot of people have really pushed back their abuse because they didn't want to accept it and realize that someone that they love and trusted could actually groom them or actually put them in a position of vulnerability and take away their innocence.
Exactly.
You know?
And also that history and how it goes generation to generation will also help to clarify and help us understand how we live in a generation now where all the kids don't have a problem with killing each other.
Amen,
Which is
sis.
Mm.
true.
Preach.
Say
Absolutely.
unalived. Say unalived.
Yeah.
Right. Unalive. Unalive.
Unalive each
Unalive.
other. But can I go back to something real quick when we were
Mhm.
speaking on the evil people and the people wishing ill intentions and stuff,
Mhm.
and the other live that the guy had on, somebody has said that there's a video, the guy who had interviewed to Ziti about the allegations a long time ago, that I call it Taziti sauce.
Right. You know, me balling it.
Meatball.
Yes. We call it Tazitis. But basically, long story short, that somebody around her, Taziti, is doing was into witchcraft or voodoo.
Of course. Of course.
That's Prince the Goat. Prince the Goat said
Yes.
that. Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
And so
But you
they
gotta
they are wishing harm and death upon that girl because they want her to be their sacrifice.
Right.
So when they saying that, you know, they're after the baby or whatever, there's a lot of truth to that. So I think that, you know, what you're doing here, having positive forums, is actually talking about her in a good light and putting good intentions and energy out there for her. I think it really is help and it's helping, and it's really meaningful, because there's so many others that they just hear the headline of the day, and they don't bother to look and see what the underlying story is or where it come from. And they allow it to just and make judgment upon her and her kid and pass that energy through.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You're right,
that
friend.
energy is serious.
Yeah,
it is. It's very serious. And she's out there in Hollywood with all of that energy. That's why I had spoke on that. Like when
was
she's
like an
over here,
transformation.
when she's on the East Coast, it's like she's over in the light.
It's like she's
When
so
she go
calm.
to the
Not
West Coast,
necessarily, because
she's surrounded by
she's
darkness.
over here now. Why they making those threats? So not necessarily. She could be in the wolf or the wolf dens right now.
Well.
But
That's the best place to hide in. When you
Right.
hide in the wolf's den, you right in plain sight. If she had any fear of anything happening to her, because one thing about Chrisean, the rage that comes from her soul and her spirit is so much of it's almost like she's immortal when it comes down to
she's not scared. She's not scared.
no, not just the scared part. She don't even want to do that to people.
Right.
She don't want to do that to people. She don't want to show you that she could be a monster. But the fact that she's so covered that she have to protect herself. She's gonna have to.
But she's a little naive too.
Yeah,
she's
she
young.
is.
She's young.
That's the 23-year-old in her.
Yeah,
and you got to also remember, going through that trauma, it stunts a little bit. Like you, you know what I'm saying? So when
like
you can see it in her.
I won't say that I agree with Whack 100 when he says that she has the mind of a 15-year-old, because she doesn't have the mind of a 15-year-old, but she still has that innocence. She still has that childlike innocence and meekness and naivety. Naivety. Thank you. Naivety. Right. So she displays all of that in her still. But this girl is very wise beyond her years at the same time. She's very in tune spiritually, because she can even feel when something's about to happen.
Yeah. So I was going to ask a question. So with that in mind, the forces against her, and remember how you were just talking earlier about how it seems like all of a sudden, all of the blogs, all of the YouTubers took a different turn against her. Do we think it's possible that maybe the industry could be moving that?
On a small level, maybe. I think Whack and Blueface paid some of those bloggers.
You know, because also, on a small level, but I wonder too if it could be on a bigger level energetically, because she doesn't make music about her booty hole.
Right.
Let me stop.
Right. She doesn't do that. She makes music about her thing. Her, it's kind of a little inspirational. She wants you to feel her pain and see her authenticity.
Right.
So I'm wondering if, like you said, she might be a threat to that whole industry is sick. That whole industry would take a tzatziki sauce and put her on, because she'll be the next Sexy Red and the next Sukiana.
But think about it, ladies. She's the only female that face card, no matter with a tooth or without a tooth, will never get denied.
It never fails.
And she has a persona that is so powerful that when she's around men, it's not that they lust over her. They see so much of an insight of her in her that it's like, oh my goodness, damn, I wish I could be this type of woman and man, because she possesses those qualities. When I bring it up,
She
I'm not
commands the
calling her a
room,
boy.
and she's the authority in the room wherever she is. She G checks motherfucking Whack 100.
Big time.
But that's what a woman going to do, because when people have
100.
When men have mommy issues, that's what a woman's supposed to do. You got to remember, women were appointed during slavery time to lead over their own husbands, just to make sure everything ran right through master's eyes. So, women, we have always been so happen to put as a leader. It goes all the way back to biblical time.
That was to our detriment. That wasn't because of our strength and qualities. That was to our detriment.
Well,
I guess I have a different perspective because I don't believe women want to be masculine. We are put in positions where we have to be masculine.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree
And
with
that's,
you.
but I think I know, like at the same time, I agree with both of you because that's where we learned it at. We got it from
Exactly.
slavery.
Yes.
And so
They
it's just
employ women.
continued on because I mean, the women had no choice but to take on a form of masculinity when you taking our husbands away from us and moving them out to other plantations and we have no idea where they are. You're
In our
separating our
family.
family. So we have to protect. So we were forced into masculinity and now it's just been passed on to us to where that's our protection, where we are masculine. And no, we don't. Being in masculine energy is tiring. It's draining.
It is. It is. It is.
That's not our
It's trauma
natural
filled.
energy. We're out of
Right.
balance when we're in masculine energy, but we've learned how to walk in that masculine energy with grace.
Exactly.
That's the difference. Over the years, we've learned to walk in it in grace. Shoot, I would
Absolutely.
love to just be able to let my masculinity down and be feminine. I cried like 2 years ago. I was like, I just want to be a woman. I
Me
just want to
too.
be feminine.
Exactly.
Me too.
You know, like I don't want to be the provider. I don't want to be the problem solver. I don't want to do all that. I want to just be a woman. So, but it's a different time as well because we need for our men to actually operate in masculinity, not toxic masculinity, not femininity, but we need them to operate in divine masculinity for us to balance out. But everyone is hurting so much. Everyone has gone through so much. And the thing that I like about this right here, I know that they don't like the fact that the family business has been exposed, but do you see how this has brought a deeper level of conversation to expose things that get
Absolutely.
passed down generationally that are toxic, that hurt us? These are called generational curses because they just keep
Yeah.
going and going and going. And people think when you say generational curse, you're thinking about somebody throwing some juju your way. That's not what it is. This is generational curse that we're looking at right here, right now,
Right here.
unfolding in
Right
front of
now.
our
In
eyes.
real
And you
time.
don't get rid of it unless you expose it. You have to
Exactly.
expose it out in the public and put it out there in order to heal from it and be able to start that healing process.
Exactly.
You have to.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the nephew said, he brought it up in that live this morning. He said, don't message me telling me how it feels. Message your people, tell your family, let them know who this person is that's been predatory to you. Let them know. Like that's all
Right.
he said. Like I understand. But the best thing that's gonna save you or save the next person is to let your other family members know.
And it's a clearance. It's a cleansing of letting go of whatever been holding you down, period. Because it's easy to forgive people. People think that, oh no, it's not possible to forgive. No, it is. You can forgive people because you understand that this been going on forever. This didn't
Mm-hmm.
start with me and it ain't gonna stop with me. But one thing about it, I'm not gonna continue to be the victim. And a lot of people don't understand that with Chrisean, it's so much of a weight of being the eldest. So you could be the youngest child, but be the eldest of your family because of the fact that you get things that nobody else get. You
Mm-hmm.
see things that nobody else see. And that's what she possesses. And I think that's what make us all realize, like, wait a minute, we all have been a naive girl. We all have accepted things that wasn't supposed to be accepted. But you know what? We dealt with the situation the best way we knew how. And it's not easy. It's not easy for us females out here. We really out here trying to make the best, trying to, grow out of our poisons. But
Mm-hmm.
you see it in the behavior of these other children. Someone her age doesn't have everything under her belt, but what she possesses is so much of a shine. You know what I mean? If I could say it like that, because it's like you make people that's in their 40s understand all that shit you going through right now. Like, excuse my language, but all that stuff that you're going through right now, we can understand it because we was there when we was 21, 23, 26, 28. You know what I mean? We went through that. And this whole platform is such a good platform because it shows that, you know, Hennessy, she brings out what need to be brought out, and that's the baggage in the past. Nobody does anything out the blue. They're doing things because it's already stemmed from something, and it's been brewing for a minute.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I know a lot of people. Like this one person on the comments on one of the comments that I responded to, and I was just stating facts. Like this is what it is, and she was like, "Oh, you Chrisean Rock fans?" I said, "I like her, but I'm. It's not because I'm a fan. I'm saying this because I relate. I understand. Y'all got y'all blinders on to picking sides. It's not a side. It's relatable. You know what it's like to go through what she's been through."
Right.
And people fail to realize we as humans are so desensitized nowadays. People are so desensitized nowadays, and they don't know how to feel stuff anymore. They just be like, "Oh, I see this, and this is how I feel, and this is what I feel about it." My opinion, nobody's empathetic anymore. No one ever understands what other people are going through. They
No,
just
and the minute that you are being empathetic, they want to say that you're making excuses. You're
just
giving a pass. No, it's not an excuse and it's not a pass. We're understanding, we're looking at this situation for what it really is. And I think that it's the technology, because the kids don't even socialize the way that they used to anymore. Nowadays, it's a lot harder for you to find out who your child's friends are, because they're all on social media, they're chatting, they're on cell phones. Back when we were growing up, y'all had to call the house phone. Y'all had to go through an
talk to the
adult.
mama.
You had to come to the house. We had to know who your peoples was. We had to know where you were going and who you were with. Like, it's not like that anymore. Now, when your children go off to school, you don't even know who their friends really are that they're hanging out with at school, because you don't know who the parents are. We're no longer community based. We're no longer empathetic based. Now we have emojis that are used to express how we feel. I've literally caught myself looking at something and using the laughing emoji, but yet and still I wasn't laughing.
Right.
Yes.
So I had to stop doing that. Like, I had to stop. If it didn't make me laugh, I'm not laughing at it, because I'm not going to now let these emojis take over and express an emotion that I'm not feeling. And that's why I feel like this has become devoid. People don't socialize like they used to. Even dating is not how it used to be. You go on an app, you select a stranger. Back in the day, they used to stop you on the street, ask you for your phone number, talk to you for a little bit, and then they would go. You know what I'm saying? They don't do that no more. Now they're trying to slide in your DM, and then they think you go out on a date with them, you're supposed to go sleep with them because y'all done spent about a couple days DMing back and forth. They think that that's an entryway to be able to get between your legs. No, we don't have that. Yeah, we don't have that human interaction anymore. So now the empathy, the lack of empathy, is definitely on an all-time high.
And I look at her strength, and I look at the strength of even her baby just coming into her life. It was just like a change, and that's what happens to most young moms. It's like, if you blessed to have a son first, it changes the dynamic of what you look at in men. Because one thing about it, you don't want a sensitive man if you're a strong, aggressive female. But what you do want is, like one of my best friends said to me, and it stuck with me for the rest of my life. I had my son first, and she said, "You know what? I was going through things with the father," and she said, "Yes, you know what? You might not get the man that you want, but you can always raise your son to be the man that you would want him to be, and how you would want him to treat women and females." And I had to grab that, because it was like, you know what? You're right. You know what I'm saying? I might not can't get it right because I didn't have any examples to get it right with. If my father wasn't there, and you could have a father that's known but not there, meaning, taking you on things, talking to you about what life is about. Girls need their daddies too. And when I see young ladies call men daddy, and it takes it to a different dynamic of pimping, because it's almost like, you are uh, I'm completing a void that I never had, because I found someone that I believe that loved me. And a lot of times that's what young ladies go for, because it's like, this is all I know. And if he giving me this much attention, whether it's jealousy, insecurities, or whatever, like her tattoos. I believe that she went and got a tattoo every time he felt insecure. every
Yeah,
time he
I
felt
said the
inadequate.
same thing.
Yeah,
I definitely agree with that.
yeah. It's like, dang, you know what I'm saying? She showed you enough. But if you're not gonna love somebody the way they want to be loved, why should they stay? When you played that video earlier, Hennessy, it touched home because it was like, you know what? He's gonna be my family no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So she already chose then, and that was about a year or two or whatever ago, that he was going to get her unconditional love because
Right.
she see a side of him that we never see, that the internet, that the public, we never seen a side of him that she's seen. She's not a
Yeah.
dumb female. She's naive, but naive and dumb are two different things.
Exactly.
And she's not dumb. What it was that when a female say, "I'm gonna leave my money with you," because I want to let you know that the money ain't the reason why I was with you.
Right. And
That
she
right there.
left the money with him.
That's
She
the
Yeah.
left.
power right there. That was the power right there. She let him know, I don't even care. I
And it
wanted to
still
let you
wasn't
know.
good enough for him, though. That
And
still
but
wasn't good enough for him.
and that's only because his mother taught him that everything is about a dollar.
Yep.
Everything is about a come up. So you got to understand, he does not speak on his daddy. As much as he put up them posts and say, "Oh, I don't want to be a deadbeat dad. I would never be that." Any baby mama that feel like I'm gonna do this and that, she can off herself. What he was saying was, he never had a father, and if he did, his father wasn't present because a man like him would speak on it. He raps about everything that he actually is going through at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
He does
Mm-hmm.
not rap about anything that he don't know about because he really was a good student in school. He really did listen to his mom, and that don't sell. So to meet a female that came from the gutter, a lot of these kids want to come from what they say, get it out the mud. They want that.
Mm-hmm.
That's the level they on right now. If I don't get it out the mud, you don't even know what the
But
mud
You
is.
don't
They
even
don't
know what
even
the
know.
mud is. You don't even know what's
Thank,
down in the mud.
thank you. And gracefully, because of the type of parents that we are to our children,
Exactly.
they don't know. They don't know. That's why I said if I put my kids out there right now, oh, I feel bad for them because they would not know how to survive. They just wouldn't. And I'm glad for that, and I'm glad that they still have the childish ways while they're children. But it also made me understand, well, yeah, as you was raised to grow up a little early,
Mm-hmm.
and you saw
but
things a little faster than others, and you was able to get it when other people couldn't get it. And she really do get it. She get it. She knew that song that what her brother did, that was a three-part song. It was supposed to be all of them, yes, but at the same time, if I can make the money off of the song and do it, let me do it because your name is not going to ring bells, bro. And that's just what it is.
it
And,
And
and, and,
but
and
he
for them not
released
to,
this. But he released that
he released
song,
it
and it
twice.
didn't. Yeah, and it didn't make any noise.
it didn't do anything because she is the rock. And how can they tell her she's a princess? She's the rock. She's
Mm-hmm.
this, she's that, and then you're gonna shit on her all at the same time.
And
Which one is it?
Mm-hmm.
but
Do she
that's
got the
why.
recipe or not?
But I think that's why he's mad at her because he released it twice and it didn't do anything. She
Right.
released it one time and it made numbers.
And the main
And I
reason
think
why,
that's why he's mad. He's mad.
even when I see the nephew Tristan, my heart goes out to him because him and Chrisean really have a vibe together. And the fact that he was so much older than her, she has never really been able to experience the relationship with him. If she could
I,
actually get an opportunity to sit down and talk to him, she would find out that her and her nephew got so much in common. And her and
I,
her nephew really, touch
I,
bases on something.
I don't know about that because it's like more more of Krishan's family is introduced to the public. It's not ending very well for her.
Well, I mean, you can't help who you attached to. You can't
Yeah,
help
but my
what
thing is,
bloodline is.
you can't help you can't help who you are attached to, but you can help who you try to bring up with you because those same people will bring you down.
All
Right.
right, but
You
let's
can't.
let's
Sometimes
think
you got to
about.
leave your family behind.
Okay, well, we got to think about Scarlett. Scarlett is sitting up here. Her first song was about her molestation, and nobody didn't want to listen to that song. But now it could be heard now because she made other songs that don't really have the same impact as that one did. You know what I'm saying? People have to understand he got a story to tell too. And anybody that can sit up at 9 years old, break out a window, ride, steal a bike, go all the way 7, 8 hours to go find your mama when your mama get out of jail, and be able to tell a story, that's profound. Because it's like these men are out here expressing what happened to them. This shit have happened several times. It's men that have been raped by their babysitters. You know what I'm saying? That's been touched by babysitters and everything. And it's real.
Okay,
It's
but
real.
then Christian and Chrisean will get into this trauma bonding relationship. Do you really
We
think
already
that's
come from
healthy
that.
for her to do right now?
No, I'm not saying that for her to do that right now at this moment. But what I'm saying is just to be able to have a
Eventually.
relationship with an uncle, excuse me, with a nephew that's older than you, that experienced things, in Tristan mind, he could have been taking all the abuse because he really was trying to protect Krishan and Petey.
Yep.
Sometimes kids
I
deal with
think
those
that's true.
situations like that too. Like, hey, I'd rather them do it to me than do it to them. He never said anything bad about Krishan. He said she was the golden child. When somebody says something like that, that's on a different meaning because if you watch the golden child, you will realize, oh, the golden child is something totally different, and that's what she is.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like I wish that they had an opportunity to kind of be able to kind of hash out things because they will figure out that their stories are similar.
Yeah, I just don't think it's good for them to do it in a public or on camera. If
Oh
they
no,
could
not
get
public,
something
not
done
public, not
in
public. You right.
private,
You
that
right.
would be great. But I don't know if the family is willing to do it in private and not be on camera.
No, they want the spotlight.
Okay, so that's a problem. Okay, Krishan, I hope she continues to stay silent because if she wants her career to blossom, she's gonna have to get away from all this negativity. If she could just
Yes,
stay
sir.
silent for the next 6 months, so that people in the industry that can help her take her seriously, because right now it's just a big old mess that's surrounding her. I
But I
really
feel
want
like
her to
this.
stay off the internet for the next 6 months.
I would love for her to give us bits and pieces, not completely
Mm-mm.
stay off the internet because
No,
of the fact that that's her bread and
That's her
butter.
brand. Yeah, she's not
And
gonna
no,
be able
and
to
but the
stay
yeah,
thing
off
that's
is,
her
the
bread and
internet.
butter. But also too, I would love for her to fall back on responding to things because she got so much of a support group that follows her that if she were just to show her and Junior, we would be content with that.
if
Yeah.
she could make
We-
corporate deals and not be on social media right now, she can still go after big contracts and not be on social media. She can still do collaborations.
Nah,
That
but see, you gotta
I
understand
feel like
something.
But I
She's
feel like she
independent.
needs an image consultant first. Like she's
Yeah,
got to
yes,
do a PR cleanup and
yeah,
everything in order for her
yeah.
to be able to start anew. She's not going to be able to just jump into a whole different lane. Krishan needs grooming into that lane as well because Krishan is too gutter for them. So
that is
she's
But
so
got
not
to
true.
only that,
she needs like
she's
etiquette and
very
all of that.
trendy.
And I'm not dragging, but I'm just saying she needs like the PR team has to really help her with her public relations and her image consultant. They've got to help her with her imaging because Krishan is a whole brand,
Yeah,
She
but she
is
needs the right
She
people
the
her
the
and
backing
the
Cardi
her.
B
baby.
cleanup, like they cleaned up Cardi B.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Her
but
and the baby are a brand.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
if
Yes.
Krishan, say if Krishan is quiet for the next 10 days, you know, a lot of people is not going to have anything to do with their lives. Because Stewie
The-
was on Twitter trying to bait her into talking about uh finding her baby daddy. And no one responded to Stewie. Now they sitting around thinking about what can they do to trigger her.
But
She
they can't do no more. One thing about Zeus too, Zeus is not gonna put out a fake paternity test. They're not gonna do
Exactly.
how you believe a lie detector test, but you ain't gonna
Come
believe a
on.
paternity when they took
Exactly.
vials of your
but
blood.
the
Please
fact
sit
that
down.
the
Have
fact that
some receipts.
the
That's
fact
his
that
Honestly,
baby.
I
the fact that Lemmy as a corporation did not respond to that shows me he might be in on it.
But
Like
what he
just the
did was,
slander.
but he
Not the
definitely
fake paternity test, but the slander.
But
He
he
might
definitely he's allowing people to voice their opinions because
okay,
that's what
but
gets the network going. But
Okay.
but he also allowed a video to show him holding that baby, him saying, I could make the baby smile. Nobody's doing that when they look at you as a penny, a quarter, or a dime. They doing that because you are the whole freaking network.
But
No matter what's going on with Natalie and anybody else that's putting anything out, Chrisean is going to get whatever it is that she wants because they already set those. She made Zeus what it is.
And he knows that.
Period.
But the
and
thing
he's never
is,
been sorry, he's never been the type to really argue back with anybody on social
no,
media. He let
no,
Well,
people do what
that's
they got to do.
true.
not argue.
He don't
A,
have
corp-
to. He's the boss.
a corporations always put out statements, not argue, put out a statement because they're slandering his brand, the integrity of his company.
But it's not because his company has no integrity. His company is based on the vulgar, the disrespectful, the real of what happens when people are trying to come up and try to thirst for money. It's a money and a love for it. He is going to allow them to do whatever they want to do. But when he showed that video again, Judith, he showed that video to let it be known that he rocks with Chrisean a different way. Natalie been on the industry for however many years. Have he ever did a video with him talking to Natalie daughters or Natalie kids? No, he didn't. It's not like that. Natalie is so jealous of Chrisean because she's been in this industry for 15, almost 20 years, and she's only worth $1 million. Chrisean is worth 2 on Google, whether it's true or not. We know that she's making money and she make at least 100,000 an episode. So, when her family is talking about her, they have to understand the bracket that she's in is not the same tax bracket that they're in. She's on a different level of income. And with that, you have to have a different level of protection. He's not worried about the integrity of his show because what he shows is what makes the show what it is.
I also think he's not bothering to speak out because it doesn't have any legs, really. Like,
It
it's
don't.
going around social media, true, but then there's people like us who have common sense that know that nobody is going to risk their brand, their company, or any of that on falsifying documentation. I don't believe that.
Absolutely.
I believe if it starts getting bigger and starts growing more traction and more people start to actually buy into it, because I don't believe that. And that there's a lot of people that don't believe that. I've even gone to battle with some of Chrisean's fans because they're like, oh, the lie detector was fake. Okay, so if the lie detector is fake, then the DNA is fake. You can't say
Absolutely.
one is real without the other one being real too.
Right. Right.
And at the end of the day, if you zoom in, even though there's a whole hate page that tries to say, oh, the font is different and this is different and that's different. No, it's not. If you look at the paper, you zoom in on the document, it's the same place that Maury does his DNA test at. It looked
Right.
the same to me. One is in color and one is black and white, but let's not act like they aren't like that.
Yeah, I'm not questioning it.
I
I
don't
know that
believe.
I
I
know the
don't.
DNA test is real. That was they went to an
A
actual
lot of
clinic.
people was too.
I ain't, huh?
The lie
I said a
detector
lot
was
of people
too.
was too.
No.
Because you
But
gotta
here's
remember,
the thing: you can't do a lie detector test on a pregnant woman because you're picking up
well,
the
you're not
baby's
supposed
vitals
to.
too.
You're not supposed to, but regardless, the lie detector test was for Blueface, if you really pay attention,
Okay, but
because
Yeah.
he's the
that
one
was
who said he
fraudulent.
didn't love her, and the lie detector man proved that he do love her. He
Okay,
the one who
Mm-hmm.
said he didn't want to have a family with her, and the lie detector test proved that he did want a family with her.
okay.
So,
But
it
I'm
was
talking
for
about
him.
the lie detector test on Chrisean. She's pregnant. That test
That
is picking
part,
up. That test is picking up the baby's vitals along with her vitals.
right?
Well,
Now
it's picking
that
up the
I
That's
agree
why
with.
chemicals.
the FBI
It,
won't do a lie detector test on a pregnant woman. They won't do
Well,
That
it.
I
the main
agree
reason
with.
why they won't do it on a pregnant woman is because the chemicals that are released in the hormones for a woman can change and deter what she's feeling at the time. So we get that part, but that's why I'm trying to tell you, Judith, the lie detector test was really for Blueface because even though he tried to depict it as is Chrisean's lie detector test. He is the one who was proven to be the liar. Even when she said, "Have you ever been with anybody else?" She spoke on that. I mean, she didn't lie about those nothing.
Well,
You
she
know what I'm
lied on
saying?
the show, but we already know that she has been.
But that's because they already knew that. Like, she didn't feel like he needed to ask her questions that had something to do with things that they already knew about. If you're gonna ask me questions about what I did from the last time that I found out I was pregnant to the time I'm taking this test. See, that's a different vibe. And when it come down to it, what hurt him the most was the lie detector man proved to him that you really love this girl and you really do want a family with this girl.
It
And no
don't
matter
take
what
a
you
lie
say to
detector to
the
know that
world,
he loved that girl.
The
He's a
lie detector with
it
the
did prove
police
it though.
lights, the police lights were there for effect. That part we know that was there for an effect. But you cannot believe that one was right and the
And the other
other
one was wrong.
was wrong,
Right.
because then all of it has to be wrong. But I do
Period.
believe that, yeah, the police lights was a bit much, but that was for the effect of the, I wouldn't say that it wasn't staged. Now, here's what I will say. For TV, did they tell her, or did she possibly go in there and purposefully say some things or whatever? I believe that's possible.
Right.
But
it's good for TV.
it's good, right? Because he's already out here saying, oh, and guess what? It brought hype to the DNA test because, oh, she's saying she wasn't sleeping with people, but the lie detector said she did. Oh, that's not Blueface's baby. Oh, the DNA test came back. Boom, it is his baby. He was going off telling people that was his kid. Carlissa started saying that was her grandbaby. Even up until recent, she was the one that was online pointing out, oh, the baby got his ears, the baby got the creases in his eyes, the baby got the nostril, the baby got her lip. Like, she was pointing out the features on that baby that made Junior her blood, and then all of a sudden changed it up because of what Blueface is now saying, which I believe he's just saying that to pacify Jaden at the moment.
Well, the whole reason is of the whole pacifying Jaden is because he have already humiliated Jaden in every possible way that a baby mother before you became rich can be humiliated. I was with your broke behind when you didn't have nothing. And now you got everything and you still played me. And he gonna continuously play her because one thing about Chrisean, and it's totally different between him and Chrisean and Jaden, is this: Chrisean understands the assignment. She realized, okay, boom, if I go in this video with him, my baby daddy gonna make money. He's my baby daddy. If he make money, me and my baby make money. It's all together. We are family. We're gonna always be family. Jaden,
I'm
this.
I'm just looking
I'm
at the
sitting up
chat.
here
Someone
working.
said, but lie detectors are legal. They're not admissible in court.
Right.
Well, it doesn't even matter about the lie detector test,
but a
Judith.
DNA
It
test
don't matter
is.
about that. It
No,
doesn't matter about the lie
somebody
detector
in the
test.
chat, Belasia said that lie detectors are illegal. They're not illegal. They're just
They
not
just not
admissible in
admissible in
court.
court.
And I
Because you
agree
can
with
trick
what's
them.
being said because Chrisean was also pregnant. The baby's heartbeat and all of that stuff has to go into it has to
feelings of
be taken
emotion.
into account as well.
Right.
So yeah, but they're not illegal.
No,
They're just not admissible in court. Like,
They're not
they don't
admissible
really
in
hold
court.
weight in court.
No,
That's why China
They're
want to
not
go get a
admissible
lie
in a
detector
courtroom.
test right now. China want to get a lie detector test for her and her son on Steve Wilkos because she feel like if they can pass the lie detector test, then that would prove the allegations that's been spoken on. They, you don't necessarily have to worry about the court part because statute of limitations are out the window. When it comes down to specific celebrities, you could put
is it really
Cosby,
though?
you could put Cosby, you could put Cosby, you could put R. Kelly, you could put everybody in a category for years ago. This happened 20 years ago. This happened 60 years ago. This happened 30 years ago. They went to jail. You sit up here talking about somebody regular and degular, like a Tashiki Tiki or whoever she want to be. Nobody is sitting up there pressing on her. The reality of the situation is, nobody want to accept the fact that they are on the highest level of celebrity status that anybody could be on, because the internet can't breathe without Chrisean. Nobody is going to be on there without her. And anything that she's bringing up as far as DNA tests, whatever, you take 4 or 5 vials of blood from somebody. Come on now, Judith. I mean, how can a DNA test be wrong?
I'm not saying
You
the
know what I'm
DNA
saying?
test was wrong. I hope you don't think I'm saying that.
Oh, I don't know. I was just wondering.
The DNA tests are admissible in a courtroom. Like
on certain cases.
When you go for child support and it's disputed, the paternity of the child, the first thing they do is order a DNA test.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna order a DNA test, and the father will have to pay it if he is the father.
Yeah,
that's how they usually go.
Yeah, my
But
point
see,
is there are admissible in a courtroom. A lie detector test is not admissible. You can't go into a courtroom and say, "Well, this person took a lie detector test
because
and they
because
lied."
DNA, you can't trick DNA.
Yes,
You can trick a lie detector test, but you can't trick
exactly.
DNA.
Exactly.
So that's what
the
I'm.
point I'm
That's the point
making.
I'm saying. So if she whether she passed the DNA test or not, excuse me, whether she passed the lie detector test or not, the DNA factor is never going to change. Forensics wise, even based on the genitals or the sexuality of a human being, their body chemistry, everything about a human being DNA cannot be changed or altered. And a show like Zeus that's making money is not going to sit up there and allow a test to come up and it's not real. So, the lie detector test was just as real as the DNA test. The fact that what I was saying about it was he is angry because when he tried to lie for the DNA test, excuse me, for the lie detector test, it proved that he really do love her and he really do want a family with her. That's what I was trying to say, Judith. I wasn't saying nothing else about anything. I was just saying when it come down to that, I know that Blueface was upset because when you try to lie, he's a person that don't really lie. He say he gonna cheat.
That's a lie.
He gonna do that. But he says those things that
That's
he's
a
gonna do.
lie. He lies all the time. He sat there and said, "Oh, she missed 5 appointments. Our baby that's only 2
lied.
years old
I
missed
gotta.
5
He
appointments."
got a
He lies
point.
all
He
the
do
time.
lie.
No, I'm not saying he didn't lie. I'm saying
time.
when he was taking the lie detector test on Crazy in Love, no matter what lie he tried to say, the lie detector instructor was letting him know it was a lie. That's what I'm saying to you. So when a man realized that, even if he told himself, his real self, hey, I don't love her, she ain't SHIT, oh, whatever. Yo, your body and your chemistry and your blood and your pressure is saying something totally different. So you're lying. We know he's a liar. I'm not saying that he's not a liar. What I'm saying is that he is mad because he couldn't lie about that.
Just, if you don't mind me sidetracking from what Judith just said about the 5 missed appointments, let me tell you, that probably had me the most irritated out of every. I think that's where I started getting angry. Because how does the world believe in this man saying that she missed 5 appointments? He wasn't there for the birth. He wasn't there for the whole first 2-3 weeks until he wanted a video out of her.
Right.
So how do you know that she missed 5 appointments?
He has no legal rights to any of the baby's records or documentation because he's not on the baby's birth certificate. So legally, he has no rights to that baby. That means that all of that stuff that Wack was talking about, oh, they're going to take the baby. You can't take the baby. You have to, okay, y'all have a DNA test, but now you're denying it. So now you're going to have to establish paternity in a court of law. Before you can even begin to try to get custody of the baby. And getting custody of the baby from the mother, you have to show extreme neglect because they very rarely take the children.
Especially in California.
From the mother.
Especially in California. They do not. The mother has all the rights. Like, they will not give that baby up unless it's extreme circumstances. And he doesn't even, I'm sorry to say, and people gonna hate me. He's a terrible father. He is a terrible father. He shows the world he's one of those Instagram dads. Oh, I'm going to post me and Journey all on the blue couch, us being a family. And what did Jaden do when he went to Baltimore? Oh, you such a narcissist. You're a deadbeat. You don't do nothing. But then you were on that blue couch playing house.
But see, the whole thing with that babe posting Journey up is trying to take a dig. I feel it's taking a dig at Jaden because Chrisean, because it's like, hey, I'm over here with the baby, because he's never posted Journey this much. It's always been Javon. Now he's posting the baby. Come on,
we can't stop thinking about her.
We see you. What I say in the other video? Oh, you think you penny slick, but I got your nickel change. I see you. I see you. And, I think her not putting him on the birth certificate was one of the smartest things that she could have done, because of all of the stuff that he was talking. I mean, I wouldn't have put him on the birth certificate neither. You sit up here talking about taking my baby and giving it to this woman, and this woman's talking about, why would you ever? That
Are we going to put him in the back?
The way no, not even before we going to put him in the back.
I ain't taking care of y'all, baby.
In that video, the way she said, why would you ever give it to me?
Especially after she tweeted, she would take $100K to unalive.
There's that. It's that statement in that conversation in the hotel room, and she said that it was the way she said, why would you ever give it to me?
She looked at him like he was such an idiot. Like, how dare you try to insult me like that?
And then you talking about putting the baby downstairs in the back to the left, and everybody sleeps upstairs? Girl, that's the smartest thing that she did, because it was just like, you're not going to be able to just come and sweep my baby up. So if he goes over there and tries to take that baby, Chrisean can hit him with kidnapping.
So
I know from experience, you can hit him with kidnapping if she establishes custody. Because not in all states does the mother automatically get custody. In some states,
you can take the baby and run away and never see the baby again.
And because you've never gone to court for custody, nobody has custody, and they'll just put it as a missing child case. So you have to, in some states, you have to establish custody first. But the fact that he's not on that birth certificate, man, listen, let him get caught with that baby. Let him take that baby. Let him or Whack take that baby and get caught with that baby, and she done reported the baby as a missing person.
But just like that fiasco that happened that night, Whack was like, he can't find his baby. I said, everybody lying. He was begging. She was begging for him to come to the house.
He got a key to the house. How do you know?
I can find a baby. I see your baby on Instagram right there.
How we can't find the baby? Wherever Chrisean is, the baby is. What do you mean? The baby's with the mother.
And then right before that, Blueface posted the key in the ashtray. He should go get that key out the ashtray and go walk to the house and go get the baby if he's so concerned. If you were so concerned, you would never did a video in the freezing cold at a gas station. You would have checked her and told her to take her ass in the house.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Time out. See, y'all be having the tea. I never saw the key in the ashtray.
Yeah, he put it in the ashtray. In the ashtray.
Where? In the car or in the house?
I think it was in a car, but he posted it. He's like, I don't need this. And it was a blue key that said home.
Yeah.
In the ashtray.
But you put it in the ashtray. You didn't throw it out the window.
Because he was going to go back home.
Right. Well, now he can't go back home because you on probation. You got to be home.
Exactly. But just like, you know how when he said he got hacked, a lot of people are sitting there like, oh, he was going to do all this for her. No, there's a clause to that. He wants to put her in that goddamn condo so he can own her. And what was the first thing that she said when she went into her house? I don't have to ever feel like I'm about to get kicked out.
Yep.
And he wanted those checks back.
Exactly.
And he ain't getting them. She got her checks.
Why did he want the baby shower? Supposedly because he knew it was going to be televised, and he knew it was going to be watched, and he knew there was going to be generated income. That's all he wants. He thinks she's his cash cow, and she's not.
Yeah, he wanted to get paid off that baby shower, and he was mad when he couldn't.
Child. Well, listen, y'all. We've been on here for 3 hours.
Yeah.
But we had some good conversation. I don't want to keep everybody up. And I need to go get me some broody sleep so that I could be up with y'all in the morning. Or else I'm going to oversleep like I almost did today. People was inboxing me on Instagram like, are we going live this morning? Yes, give me a second. I gotta wash my face and stuff. I gotta take care of me before I come on here. But yeah, I have loved this HennyGang Roundup. I appreciate all of you that came up here on the stage. I enjoyed this conversation. This was beautiful. We're going to do this on Thursday evenings, y'all. This is going to be a thing because I like this. There was a lot of topics discussed, and, I'm watching the chat and I'm looking at the comments that are going and the conversations. We got a conversation on screen and conversations in the chat. This was wonderful. I love this. I loved every moment of it, and I appreciate all of y'all. The IG, I'll put it down in the chat. It is Hennessy _reviews. So please, y'all, make sure y'all tap in and tune in on Thursdays. Thank you, Judith. Thank you, Antoinette. Thank you, Heidi. Thank you, Jazzy. Thank you, French Coco. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you, everybody that came up here. Belezia, I think that's how you say that. Thank you for coming up, even though you didn't get a chance to speak. Y'all, it's been wonderful. Y'all enjoy y'all evening. Y'all rest well, and I'll see y'all in the morning.
Good night.
You. Bye.
All right. Good night, everybody.